Hey, what's going on? I see pretty much the same cast of characters I get in here. What's up, guys? Take that off. Appreciate the support from my friend AZ Drone Dude, from Thomas, 2:05 in the morning. Your clock's slow. It's probably about 2:07. Got to work tomorrow, Tomas? I suppose you guys can hear me, right? Pretty cool. Talking to a guy in Arizona and a guy in Ireland. I love the internet. No. No to what? 21:08 right now, which is 9:08. Okay. Glad you can hear me. So, same thing. I'm being very uncreative lately. It's been the same thing over and over. The Moscow Mule, ladies and gentlemen, my first one of the day, possibly my last, because I had to go into work tonight, which is normally my day off. I was going to announce this thing earlier, but I had to maybe get some more people in here. But a little vodka, ginger beer, lime juice. Very simple, very refreshing. Most expensive thing in there, it's a ginger beer. Bought this Fever Tree. No, I didn't buy Fever Tree. I bought this other one I never heard of. I think, was it $8 for 4 of them? It was ridiculous. 4 bottles. Like two and a half drinks out of each bottle. Hey, Mikey. So this time you made it. Well, now the mic's here. You know, the people are going to come rolling in. What's good? What's good? This is good. I'm enjoying this. I showed the guys my new action cam yesterday with my very long. You might have seen that. I mean, I saw you comment on my video, Mike, and I don't know if you actually watched it. It starts out really slow. I mean, the most exciting in the first 5 minutes was I had no shirt on. So. And then just started talking about that $41 action camera that I attached to my Harley helmet, which I was going to try to ride today, but I had to go into work. Long story. And everything's okay at work, so everything's good. So here I am, and tomorrow is kind of an 11 to 11 thing. So, you know, long day. Figured jump in, see my friends. So I've got 3 friends. You saw it. You saw it. The Johnny came in. The Johnny. We all know who that is. The Johnny would be the Johnny Drone Flyer guy. My sunshades? Now, are you talking about? I got sunshades for the Mini 2. If that's what you're talking about. I think that's the brand, actually. I got an off-brand. I'd recommended from Tom's Tech Time. We had the best luck with these, so I ordered them. They were cheap. If that's what you're talking about, the PL filters. But I also got I did get the free wells for. Oh, you're talking about the prize I won. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't check the mail today. Let's see. How many people came in for the 9-pin tournament? Yeah, well, 11. It's a waste of time. There we go. I haven't seen it yet. Hey, Chris, I'm going to put the link out. Get some familiar faces in here. Maybe some you'll join me. So my voice is the only voice that you guys are using to go to sleep too. There it is. Let's hope one of you is not, some naked girl making believe you're somebody else. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I would hate that. Delicious. But anybody, please jump in. That'd be great. I did crash my drone, by the way. I crashed my Mini 2. And it's fine. It got a little quick video, if you're interested. The best of being stupid with your drone. Probably shouldn't clean my teeth on camera like that. What do you think? Is that attractive? So, without further ado, let's throw this up here. And there's my neighbor's house. That's directly behind me on the street, next street over. And that is their Labradoodle or whatever the hell it is. It's actually a very large dog. And I was teasing them a little bit, which is fine because they're friends with my Shih Tzus. They're really good dogs. Please take it off and clean off the camera. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, it's playing now. So I decided to tease the dogs a little bit. I didn't want to get too close because they can certainly jump up and grab it if they feel like it. I wanted to see how they would react. 80, 90-pound dogs, kind of. They weren't interested. So I'm in my yard, and my perspective isn't the greatest. The show has gone to the dog. Sure has. They want to go in the house. There's a thing in our yard. What a bunch of chickens. They're not dogs, they're chickens. So anyway, this is the Mini 2. And I hadn't flown it in so long. And it was really overcast, and I really wasn't going to fly it, but I had a few minutes. So I launched it off and here we go. There's stupid move right there. Oh, ow, oops, ouch, oops, oh, bam. Isn't that great? Want to see that again? Yeah. And then I was concerned about, them coming over and eating it. So the dogs I didn't abuse them. I didn't chase them, really. I just kind of flew near them to see how they would react. And they didn't, my dentures. Oh, you're funny. No, these are all real, including the ones that aren't there anymore. So I was very hard on me, man. I just flew it here. I'll show it again. I flew it the yard, and for some reason, I thought I was beyond that tree, that palm or whatever the hell that thing is. But here, let's watch it again. You see this thing with the hanging? I don't even know what that is. But I honestly, I thought I was beyond it. My perspective from the backyard wasn't the greatest. And I actually hit return to home just to see it shoot up and come back to me. And return to home was not the best idea at the time. You see how windy it is? So even if I was a little beyond it, it might have flown right, the wind might have pushed it right into the tree. Leave us alone. Yeah, it would have been really funny if the dogs took off with your drone. Yeah, really, really funny. I know. Well, who knows? I could have dentures. You don't know. But yeah, they just wanted to go back in the house. What is that thing buzzing around in my backyard? I gave up chasing them pretty quick. I was just playing. No, I stayed at the fence. I was going to jump the fence, had no shoes on, short pants, and realizing it's not that easy. Not like it used to. I used to fling right over that thing. Here, return home. See, look at that, chopping it. Oh, beautiful. Oh my God. So I hung over it, and eventually Doug, who's my neighbor who owns the dogs, he came out and grabbed it for me and handed it to me, which was good. But here, and then I was like, well, it's got grass stains on the battery door, and bits of palm stuff all over. So I blew it off and said, let's check it out, see if I broke it. So here we go. And look, the funniest thing happened. It has X-ray vision now. That's an attractive sight. See, I'm going to put this right on my channel. Yeah, baby. But it's fine. This was right afterwards, and it's fine. So there you go. Checking out the gimbal, make sure it's working properly. The horizon's nice and level. So, what a great drone. You can smash into a tree and just keeps on ticking. Unless you're Charlie Mafia, then you hit a post, drop it 5 feet, and have to send it for care refresh. I don't know how that happened. Just bad luck. Okay, that's enough of this. We'll just get rid of that. So there you go. The nudist colony. Naked droner. That's a good idea for a channel. They got Naked Baker. I wasn't nude, first of all. Second, I live in Florida. You see a lot of people without shirts on down here. You live in Arizona, Johnny. Oh, not Johnny. Johnny lives in Louisiana. I know it's hot there. I meant Daisy. Yeah, I know. You know what I mean? Nude droning. And, just like the nude yoga, which is educational, so they get to be nude on that channel. This should be educational. How much better 6-year-olds look with their shirts on. Could be part of it. I'm going to put this out here again. Yesterday, Johnny Drone Flyer came in and he was all medicated up. You were so mellow, brother. I had pants on and underwear. Let's be clear. Just like now. Hey, there he is. And he's got his clothes on, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Drone Flyer.
Me, mellow? What the hell? No, I'm
just
mellow.
Like now. Hey, there he is.
I'm on.
And he's got his clothes on, ladies and gentlemen. Drone Flyer.
Me,
Yeah.
me, mellow. What the hell? No, I'm
Just
mellow.
like that.
I'm,
Hey, there he is.
I'm on.
Did you,
He's got his clothes on, ladies and gentlemen.
you gotta close your face.
What the hell? No, I'm
Just like
mellow.
that.
Am I?
Hey, there he is.
I'm on.
He's got his clothes on, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta close your face.
What the hell? No, I'm
Just like
mellow.
that.
Am I?
Wow.
You gotta close your face.
What the hell? No, I'm mellow. Am I?
Wow.
You gotta close your face.
What the hell? No, I'm mellow. Am I?
Just gotta mute your Facebook there, Johnny. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't have it open. You gotta mute your Facebook page there, brother. Yeah, it's gotta be you. It's the only thing I have open right now is the StreamYard. It's not doing it now, right? Okay, let's try it again.
Let me
How
try.
about now? Okay, try it again.
Is it better? Let me
How
try.
about now?
I don't have anything open.
Okay, try it again.
Is it better? Let me try. I don't have anything open.
Okay, try it again.
Is it better?
I don't get it. Because, I mean, it would be doing it to me right now. You know? He does it once Johnny comes in. And that's odd. I don't know either. What's this? StreamYard is sharing a window. Yeah, I know. Let's see. I've had Johnny in here. Yeah, it plays twice, right? Like that's the delay. That's what it does if you have a second window open. Oh well. Somebody else try. Mike, come on in. I know you're not shy. You want me to log out and in? Oh, Johnny, try log. Oh, Doc's here. Hi, Doc. What's up, Doc? Okay. Doc.
Is it better?
Yes, it is.
I don't know what's up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it better?
I'm checking. I don't hear my.
I don't know what's up. It's still doing it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've closed out. I don't know.
I'm checking. It'd be helpful. Maybe somebody. It's a no shirt stream. Boy, you're still stuck on that, huh? That picture of me that got you going, didn't it? Let me see. Let's make it a no shirt stream. LOL. I'll come on with no shirt if you guys take your shirts off. Well, I'm at least two of you, so you got to come in with your twin. Let me see what we got here. Weight wise, I mean, 295 is about twice you. Somebody else try to come in and see if it's me or Johnny. They just watch. I need somebody to talk to, John, and you're the man. So that's very odd. Doc Murdoch, here he is.
Hey, Bill.
How about you? Are we getting a duplicate?
Yeah, is mine doing the same thing or no?
Let's wait a second. I'm going to have a slurp of this while I'm waiting to hear if I hear myself twice. And you know what? I like you enough that I don't mind hearing you twice. Same thing with Johnny.
Yeah, boy. Sounds like it's not bouncing back.
No, I don't know what it is with Johnny. It's running somehow in the background for him with that fancy Apple Mac thing he's got.
Yeah, I'm on my iPhone right now in the truck. So
Oh, you're driving tonight, huh?
no, I'm just sitting outside having a cigar.
Gotcha. So you got to go outside to where the pariah parking spot.
Absolutely.
You're at home though.
Yeah, I'm at home right now.
All right.
So
You're very considerate doing that. I don't smoke anymore. I got this Macanudo sitting here, and it's been sitting here for a while. It's probably dried out.
I like these Black and Mild cigars. You know,
Oh well,
I only got two vices. It's the cigars and Diet Coke.
Black and Miles, nothing but the best.
Yeah, man. It's
I know,
cheap,
that
but
really-
it works.
You know they're talking about making them illegal now because they're like the cherry ones because they're flavored.
Yeah. Bunch
So-
of pansies.
It's so ridiculous. Oh, things taste good. That means people want to use it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's bad for you. So, it's so are Fruit Loops.
It's just like flying, flying the drones. Oh my God, we're all gonna kill everybody,
The sky is falling.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, you're right. Did you see speaking of falling, did you see my crash video?
I don't know if I did yet. I've been pretty busy today.
I just did it. It's nothing exciting. Justin's here. Hi, Justin. I'm going to put him in. I was just kind of bothering the neighbor's dogs, kind of chasing them around, and decided, because I hadn't flown a Mini 2 in so long, so let's put it up. And and it's like, and I thought I was beyond a tree.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, let's. I'm getting tired of this. Let's just return to home, and then right up into the. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's fine.
No, so
I caught you. I caught you mid there.
How's it going, Doc?
Thought I heard an echo there just then.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo now.
Oh yeah, it's on your end now, Bill. That was interesting.
Well, I brought Justin in. He needs it. There you go. How about that?
That's better.
I had to turn the echo cancellation on.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll work.
So was it the Mini 2 you crashed?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say if that was the Air 2S, I was wondering why the sensors didn't kick in.
Yeah.
They may or may not have. I mean, because it was kind of above and beyond and behind, and I just flew like right up into it, which
I do that all the time with the FTV stuff.
yeah, well, yeah, I made for that.
Yeah, you just walk over, pick it up, bend the prop back, throw it back in the air.
Well, the guy came out, handed it to me, blew it off,
Yeah.
put it on my picnic table, and got pictures of me with no shirt on.
Uh,
And here comes Michael.
So
Hey,
What's
Michael.
up, boys? What's up, Doc? Hey, guys, Doc's amazing, man. He helped me out the whole, almost like about an hour and a half, Doc. We were
Yeah,
live
about that.
chatting, dude. If you guys want your stuff done, dude, go to Doc. Doc's the man.
he knows a little bit about FPV, just a little bit.
Just a
Little
little.
bit. Kidding me?
Well, Doc, if I take a cell phone and duct tape it to a baseball cap, and fly my tello, does that make it an FPV?
Absolutely.
I thought so. All right, good. I'm going to try that.
Absolutely.
One more try, Johnny. Wow, I got like all stars in here tonight.
Absolutely.
Johnny, drone flyer.
Let's see.
Good. I'm
Come
gonna
on,
try
Johnny.
I'm hearing an
One
echo
more
now.
try, Johnny. Wow, I got like all stars in here tonight.
Absolutely.
Johnny, drone flyer.
Major
Good.
feedback.
I'm gonna try that. Johnny,
You know what? I think it is you, Johnny. I think
Yeah.
it's Johnny.
that makes me sad. I love Johnny.
It sounded like he had a stream playing in the background.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, some of the funnest FPV I've done was with one of those, oh goodness, I'm trying to remember the name of it now. So cheap quads. Yeah, Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of it now. It's those cheap ones that are plastic that run on the brush motors.
Holy
SEMA.
Stone.
The SEMA X5C.
Okay.
I mounted a little all-in-one FPV camera to the back side of it, so it was tilted up. Wired it into the battery of it because it's only a one cell, right? But that's enough for those little FPV cameras. And I chased my grandkids all over a park with that thing. They had pool noodles trying to knock me out of the air with it. I had a flipping blast with that. And the kids loved it. Uh-oh.
That Bluetooth again.
He's making a phone call.
I turned it off. Yeah, it's work. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Oh, that's all good, Bill. I don't go back on call for another 2 weeks, so that's kind of what I do sometimes.
So where are you at now?
Oh, I'm at home, just sitting in front of the house. I live out here in southern New Mexico. So
did
you
Oh,
know,
okay.
when we got good weather, it's usually blowing like a flipping hurricane. It's been
Oh,
like
yeah,
that for the last couple days.
I lived in Southern California. It was constantly windy there.
He's got 250 in that drawer.
Depends on where you're at in Southern Cal. Right?
I was in
grew up
Newberry out in the desert.
Yeah, I was up in the high desert, up in the Victor Valley.
Yeah, it was always windy out where I lived at.
No,
Where were you at?
Just make
Right outside of Barstow.
Oh, okay, yeah, a little more north than.
And just go to the side and I'll look at it tomorrow. Okay.
We always got the green layer would push into the valleys.
You sure you're not counting it?
Right through that dang
51
Cajon
to
Pass,
100,
just
right?
turn it into 60 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour winds.
There's a $50 bill hiding in the tray there somewhere.
Oh yeah, Cajon Pass gets really bad.
Yeah, it could get ugly over there sometime.
No, well, I mean, yeah, of course, but
I'll say this: getting down through
What's
that
up,
pass
buddy?
off of 138.
don't kill yourself.
Foreman
Don't
Rock
kind
is
of
fine.
a great spot to go fly some FPV.
give it one quick shot. If you can't get it, make the note and schedule flight. I'll check it out tomorrow. All right. So don't forget to lock the safe today. You
Just tell them to pull the pin and let go of the spoon, right?
Okay. Thank
Hey
you.
Doc, I'm gonna have to buy another one.
What was it? What happened? It broke?
When I placed this like this way
Yeah.
onto my lap to try to open up the battery compartment, this was like bent because I had like because this folds,
Right.
and I bent it and it cracked right there.
Just the plastic part?
Yeah, I see that.
Just put some electrical tape on it. The
Son of a-
antenna's inside that. That plastic part's not anything to do with the antenna. other
No,
than
I know, but
pull
from
it straight up.
folding it, it won't fold now.
Yeah. I'd fold it up, put some electrical tape around it to hold it straight up, and then thread it back on the radio. You'll be good.
I thought he broke it where the threads went in.
Yeah. Now, if he did that,
Unbelievable.
I'd just make him a new antenna.
Yep. Yeah. Also, you can buy these. Like, they're not that expensive, right?
No, But you can make a better one, though.
Right. No, I'm going to need a better one for sure.
It's only 2.4 gigahertz. I mean, goddamn, you make a folded dipole for it, it's about that tall, and about that wide.
Right.
You'll get a lot better range out of it doing that than that little dipole they got in there.
Yeah, and then this one too, no?
Yeah, same with that. Let's see, which one's that one? Whose brand is that? Is that Fox News?
This is the Sector 5. This is the HGLRC. But this one's a 5.8.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those aren't bad. The only thing you run into with the, the factory antennas for anything is that they have to pick a middle frequency, and then they mass produce to that. And the biggest problem with the mass production is the inconsistency of how the things are assembled. So if they tune them for 5.8, the inconsistency, they'll end up tuning at 5.7.
Right.
And then you go and try and run it on 5.9, the darn thing doesn't get any range. So,
But dude, I really appreciate what you did today, man. It really meant a lot to me, man. And I learned a lot from you, man.
Not a problem.
Just for that, what, an hour and a half that we had, whatever.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yep, you're the man.
I like doing that kind of stuff. More people learn, the better.
Yep, and you teach it so well, like you explain it well, where you make people understand. That's what I
I
like.
try. Sometimes it's not easy because some of it's so technical that you can't get around explaining it in technical because you just can't.
I totally understand what you're saying. Yep.
So it's like the antenna stuff. You know, the antennas in and of themselves are pretty simple, but there is a ton of science that goes into it that if you don't understand it, it's hard to explain it, you know, to where somebody that doesn't understand it can grasp it. You know, each one of those lobes is a full wavelength, but
Right.
each one of those sides, two of the sides are quarter wave. The long side of the loop is a half wave, and it has all to do with the impedance and how it all talks, you know, how it all works together. And yeah, there's just a ton of science to it.
Yep.
So, and just the main part of understanding how to cut one to the right frequency to take into account hand making them, because you're never going to make it perfect.
I'm so childish.
Yeah.
You're saying cut one to the right frequency. And I started thinking, then I thought,
Yeah.
you got to get the right frequency, you know.
That's right. You know, and you know,
Go right to the potty here.
You know,
Right to the potty
you
here.
got to get them to do harmonics. You know.
There you go.
Harmonics. Perfect.
He's perfect.
Oh goodness.
I always have a lot to contribute when it comes to drone talk. I'm you know, an expert when it comes to
Absolutely.
harmonics.
So how's that home build doing, Doc? The one that you built? That
Oh
one
man, that freaking
was.
Excalibur is amazing. I'm amazed at how well it flew.
But that's the green one, right?
Yeah, that yellowish one. Yeah.
That cool one you made, yeah.
Oh my
Or
god,
that yellow
thing
one,
is just
yeah.
a blast. I
Yeah,
mean,
everybody's been drooling over that one when you showed it to them.
It weighs 80 grams more than my 5-inch Stingy. And it's a 7-inch, and that thing just gets with it.
Well, I think everybody liked that configuration you did with the propellers.
Yeah, the plus configuration.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, I think everybody liked that configuration you did with the propellers.
Doing it again, Johnny.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
Well, I
the.
think everybody liked that configuration you did with the
Hey,
propellers.
Johnny, try it on your phone.
Doing it again, Johnny. Do you have a built-in mic on your do you have a built-in mic on that machine?
Yeah, if he has a built-in mic and he's using the same computer, it could be picking up what's coming out of the speakers, maybe going into the mic at the same time. Or if he has speakers, it could be doing that. No, you don't got that, Johnny? I mean, you're fine when you do it on our show. No problem.
Try some headphones if you got them.
Johnny never has a problem when we go live on our show. Never.
When you go into settings, is echo cancellation check marked?
Yeah. Because look, when I go into there right now, let me see if I go in there.
I have to, otherwise I'll get an echo. But Johnny may. Well, sometimes StreamYard will like reset all your settings when you go to log.
And it
I
never
have
did
to, otherwise I'll get an echo. But Johnny may.
anything.
Well,
Now.
sometimes StreamYard will like reset all your settings. There's still an echo.
And it
I
never
have
did.
to, otherwise.
Yeah, it's still echoing, yeah.
The best thing you
I
could do
just
is try a
looked at
pair of
my phone.
headphones.
Yeah, I
Let's
just looked
see.
at my phone under the cam and mic, and I didn't see a spot to click echo canceling on mine.
Okay,
The
if we go to audio, you pick your mic, you pick the speaker where you want it to come out from, either the speaker or the headphones, and then yes, you check mark the echo cancellation. Check it.
yeah, but
Click
with
on
Doc's
audio.
using his phone though, it might be a difference. It might
Oh,
not
yeah.
even have those in the menu.
No, it does. I clicked on the audio, and
Oh, okay.
It has echo cancellation checked and automatic adjust mic volume. Those are both checked automatically.
Right.
So, yeah, I wonder if that's doing something weird on Johnny's end.
Well, I think phones are kind of pre-programmed to do that automatically anyway,
Yeah,
to where you don't even have to
You're
set
right.
that.
You're
Well,
right.
he was on last night, but he was using his phone, and there was no problem. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
was
know.
also hopped up on Zoloft too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Johnny?
Zoloft, no.
there was Johnny Mello. last
Oh,
night.
Johnny was all souped up on Zoloft?
All right, let's not spread rumors about the man now. He's not,
No, I know.
he just
I-
wanted to get a little sleep. That's all.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Right, Johnny?
Yeah, I know. He's safe. Fine.
Well, isn't Zoloft made out of snow?
Just, just don't become Elvis, Johnny.
Oh, Avian? Avian? What the hell's that? Avian?
Avon. Avon.
I don't know. I don't know. He's probably on it again.
I think he was trying to spell Ambien.
Ambien.
Oh, Ambien.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness, guys. Yeah, all this drone stuff, man. I tell you what, there's just a lot to it. There's so many aspects of it. So
I wanted to get a E-Sheen something 4. What the hell is it? It's like $449 for the kit, but apparently the goggles are half decent.
Oh, you're talking about that new kit that came out.
Yeah.
yeah.
The FPV kit, that new one, that whole complete set. I know you're talking about. What is it called? The
Novice 4? E-Sheen Novice 4?
the Novice 4,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Do you know anything about that, Doc?
I tell you what, for the money, for what you get, it's not a bad deal. I
To
mean,
start out, yeah.
So you checked it out.
start with nothing, and you buy that kit, you have everything other than batteries and a battery charger and all of that.
Well, my thinking is, I know it's not the most advanced stuff out there, but for $449, but at least you got that TX12, which you can reuse with most analog drones and or analog receivers, and the goggles seemed like they were okay. They actually extend in and out. I don't know if it's diopters or whatever, but it said to help with the vision. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm nearsighted, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem.
Yeah, because what it has inside of it is a Fresnel lens, and you adjust that until it focuses for your eyes. For me, to be able to see it up close like that in a box goggle, I actually have to wear readers, otherwise I can't see it, even no matter what. So, but with like the Fat Sharks, I don't have that problem. With the DJI goggles, I don't have that problem.
Well, they have diopters, right?
We have a diopter type system in it already, and I don't have an issue with it. So it's only with a standard box goggle that has that Fresnel lens in it. I can't do it. I got to put readers on to be able to see clear.
What are you thinking about getting into FPV, Bill?
Yeah, I feel left out. All my
Why
friends.
don't you try a Tiny Hawk setup first? So that's like half the price.
Bill, I started out with these.
Because I know I'm going to like it, and then if I get that, that's what I'll have, and that'll be it.
That's what I'm saying. Get a Tiny Hawk setup because it's half the price. I'll give you an idea.
I know, $180, $190, $200. I know. I was, but I figured if I know I'm going to like
Start
it.
with the novice.
I'm sure of it.
Novice.
I'm going to break something. I want to break something good.
Yeah, but you might like it, but some people do have medical issues trying to do FPV, so you don't know if you'll have that issue
Well,
or
it
not.
could break me. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, when I started, I had issues like motion sickness, vertigo. But I guess you get used to it. Ethan and John Coopy said you will get used to it. Your eyes will adjust, and they actually are starting to adjust. I'm starting to feel like more.
Well, let me ask you. Now, Matt says you're killing our camera guys. Better off getting the Nazgul. What's the Nazgul? I don't know what that is. Guy's own Cobra and a controller.
The Nazguls are actually pretty good frames. So, give me a second. I'm gonna put my earbuds on because I'm getting a little crackling coming through.
They're meant to be crap. Bardwell said not worth the money. Which I'm sorry, I'm a little behind there.
But if I'm not
talking
mistaken,
about the Eachine,
yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, Ishii makes really crappy like knockoffs of everything. Because I think that they were the ones that were making that Mavic Mini knockoff that they were trying to sell for like 100, 150 bucks.
well, yeah, their camera drones suck,
And,
but
I know what you're talking about.
I've seen that. What do you call it, reviewed? It's the kit we're talking about. I've seen it reviewed, and it seems to be decent. I don't know. He says it's decent. I believe him. I don't know. I'm going to talk myself out of it. Go buy yourself a Tiny Hawk 2 and just smash the living shit out of it. That's all.
Yeah, Doc knows his stuff. If you need anything from Doc, just go to him, dude. Everyone's like, just go to Doc. I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna go to Doc. I go to Doc. I go to John Coopy. I trust John Coopy, and then I trust what's his name? Also, who else I go to? And Joshua Bardwell. You know,
Reading some of the text in here too. Ken on the way. Ken on the way. I don't know what that means. And they're meant to be crap. No, I don't know if I believe that. I meant to be crap. I don't think they intend to sell crap.
well, their stuff is actually clones. That's how they market them. Like they had that one that was the eSheen 51 that kept getting rebranded.
yeah,
And it was the Mavic 2 Pro knockoff, and it was a piece of crap.
Right.
No, those are all junk. But I mean, the TX12 is supposedly a half decent tuner, or you know what it is, or transmitter, and the goggles aren't bad. So if the kit's not that expensive, $400, whatever you get, you get a half chrome's got a 15% coupon. You get it for like $407. I mean, it's
who Jack? You talking about Jack from Half Chrome?
yeah.
Yeah. Jack is my neighbor. He lives down the street from me.
Does he?
Yeah.
I mean, in worst case scenario, you could always buy it from like Amazon or something. If you don't like it, just return it.
I'm sure I'll like it. Speaking of Ken,
Kenny boy, Kenny.
What's going on, Mikey?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Bill.
how you doing?
Did you
I'm
see
good.
my window this morning again? With your
Wait, what?
No.
That's better, Doc. Look at that. Widescreen, all the teeth.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like somebody's typing.
Ken, are
Try to
you
squeak it in here
are
in the
you
truck,
in Downers Grove still at a different hotel?
No, I'm still in Downers Grove.
Oh, you still in Downers Grove?
How's it going there? What'd you
Doing
do today?
good,
Did you
Bill.
accomplish anything?
I worked this morning, then I played some disc golf, then I came back, I worked, then I went out to dinner, and then I just came back.
So, do you like this golf?
Cheers.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like
I
Yeah, cheers.
I need a drink. I wish I can drink. I can't drink off this medication.
Well, stop taking the medication.
No, I can't.
I mean, that's the answer.
I know, but I can't.
I'm not supposed to drink either.
I got my medication, guys.
Damn, I can't remember if I can drink or not.
I want to be alive to keep flying drones.
All right.
Ken, did you know your eye candy? Matt thinks you're eye candy. Just thought I'd bring up your-
That's what I was just getting ready to ask. I know I don't go on live streams very often. I clicked over here on comments, and I can see that Matt said that. But how do I respond in studio rather than to go back to YouTube? Or can I?
Yeah, you go over
No,
to.
you got to do it. You
As
got
a
to do it.
guest, you
And
can't. As a guest, you can't. You have to use another
Yeah.
device to type in the chats.
but
I
if
got
you
you.
open up a YouTube, you can pop the chat out and then close
Okay.
the YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
You know, just as soon as you bring it up in YouTube, though, mute it. Mute the
I've
audio.
already got it up in YouTube. I just got to figure out how to pop the chat out.
Yeah, most people will have like their phones or tablets sitting next to them so they can do the chat.
Yeah, no, I popped the chat out. It's sitting over because you can see what I'm doing, right? I'm pointing over here. Anyway, I have it here on the left side of my screen popped out, and I actually closed the channel. The YouTube page is totally closed. That's all I've got. Pretty cool.
I got it.
think-
That worked.
Yep. There you go. I mean, even though I'm the moderator or whatever I am, I'm the streamer. I can chat through the over here. You know, I see everything here. There's kind of a delay, and there's things you can't do. Like Matt doesn't have a wrench, for example, so I can go over here to the YouTube pop out thing and make him a moderator, just like that. Matt, say something so we can see you got a pretty wrench. Johnny Drone Flyer doesn't have a wrench. Let's fix that.
Hey, Johnny.
Johnny boy.
Mikey, when are we flying again?
Whenever you want, bud. I'm here.
Let's say
There we
Tuesday.
go. I'm back.
I'm down.
That was weird.
I'll call you.
What happened, Doc?
I don't know. The whole app on my phone just crashed.
You know
Go figure.
that there was a noise going on too. Did you hear it? What's happening again?
Yeah, it sounds like
No, I didn't
typing
hear it.
almost.
No, it's just everything
Is
got
it
real
the air
quiet.
conditioning
Quit.
in the car?
No,
No,
it sounds-
the only air conditioning I got the freaking door open.
Okay.
It sounds like audio that's clipping in and out. You know.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably my iPhone doing it.
Could be.
Well, he's not getting the best signal neither. He kind of keeps freezing. That might be it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mute your mic and see if it goes
Yeah,
away,
right.
Doc. Okay. Okay. Just smile. Look
Yeah,
pretty
it's
as
probably the kid in the house.
okay. I don't know if you notice this, but you're muted. Yeah, the sound's gone.
All right, so now we can talk shit, right?
Yeah, no, he can still hear us.
Excellent.
You're back, Doc. He can still hear
Yeah,
us.
it's
but he
okay.
can't
It's
respond.
probably my iPhone clipping.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Well, I'll say goodbye, guys. Yeah,
Oh.
have a good night because I know it's the iPhone doing it. I tried setting my earbuds up, but the StreamYard app didn't like it. So
Ken, were you trying to focus in or something? What was that? You put your lens right up to your camera.
Mikey put his magnifying glass up there.
Okay.
Good night, Doc.
yeah.
Doc, thanks for stopping in.
All
I
right, guys.
appreciate
We
it.
will see you all later. Have a great
Doc.
night, guys.
Again, Doc, thank you for everything.
Good night, Doc.
You betcha, Mike. Catch you later.
So, did you break your Mini 2 at all, or is it good?
No, you didn't see the videos. Did you see either video? Okay, let's show you the video.
No, I didn't see it yet.
Either one. Okay. All right.
Bill,
So
do you
let's-
have a drone?
Huh? Do I what?
I was just kidding. I asked you if you had a drone.
Yeah, I drone on and on. Ask anybody. All right, let's share this share screen.
No, I've been editing videos all day.
Share that. And there she blows. Okay, here's part one. And that's my neighbor's house. And my neighbor, I did this earlier. My neighbor's dogs, very, very pretty Labradoodles or whatever they are. They're pretty big. One's like 90 pounds.
They don't even seem affected that your drone's there neither.
Well, I've known them since they were pups. They're the neighbor's dogs, but they don't know this. What's this buzzing thing? I'm not interested.
Yeah, they don't
I
seem
was a little
interested in it
concerned. I
at all.
want to jump up and make a lunch out of it, but so I kind of raised it a little, brought it down, teasing the neighbor's dog. Now these are my Shih Tzu's best friends here, right? But they don't get to play together because they step on them. And okay, so far it's boring, but it's not a long video, and you can see it's very windy. So
Oh yeah, I can tell.
yeah, you'll see more. The Mini 2 is I love this drone. Like it's nothing. Now I'm in my yard by my back door, so my perspective isn't quite as good as I thought it was. Because I know this tree is here, obviously. How do you miss it? It's 50 feet from me. But I thought I was past it when I got to this point. Because I'm doing line of sight. I wasn't really using the camera. It was too sunny. Well, not sunny, but it's like an idiot. I hit return to home. Here you go. Boom, da boom, da boom, da boom. That's what happens when you hit return to home when you're under a tree. And the RC,
Wow.
yeah.
Did
So
you have that sunshade thing around it?
no,
Hmm.
no, but it was windy, so it may have gotten pushed back a little bit. I don't think so. I think I'm just stupid. So then we go to this. So here's my test video, and look what it did. It made my camera like X-ray vision. This was my test flight to make sure there was nothing wrong with the Mini 2. And clearly it's fine.
Well, the biggest thing I would have been worried about is the gimbal.
The biggest thing in the picture was my belly. But here, the gimbal down, gimbal up.
Oh my
Nice
God,
level.
we need to slow that gimbal speed down. That is fast.
No, that was just stop it. So, but it's nice level, and look how windy that is still. I mean, it's really windy. And my little Mini 2 is just hanging in there,
Yeah.
no problem. So nothing's wrong with it. Which is I feel pretty lucky because I don't know if you see that palm tree in the corner, the left corner of the house there behind the antenna. I don't know if you can see that. Well, to the left of the antenna, actually, I hit that. I was checking out my roof antenna and I was doing a circle around it, kind of focusing in on it, and I just went right into that. And
Leave this on.
but it survived. So there you go.
Well,
Okay,
that's good.
we don't need any close-ups of my belly, so we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop right there. So that's that. Anyway,
Well, is at least nothing happened bad.
No.
But
no, it survived, and I seem I kind of feel like I might be a little more careless with it now that I have the Air 2S. It's kind of dumb because I love it,
yeah,
When I went on that fishing boat, I didn't bring the Air 2S. I brought just the Mini 2 just in case something happened, and I would still cry. Ish.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to be careful if you're used to flying an Air 2 or Air 2S with all them sensors, and then you jump on the Mini 2. Yeah, I could see somebody accidentally not paying attention because they're used to the sensors.
Wow, I've got way more flying time in the Mini 2 than I do the Air 2S.
Well, I
I
fly
don't
my
need
Air
no
2 way
stinking
more than I do
selfies.
my Minis.
I need no stinking sensors. I just gotta turn them off.
So did you guys see that Hudson Zeno event? Ain't that crazy?
I had to work. I missed it. And I know they crashed it. They ran it out of juice and they crashed it.
What a flop. And you know that how stupid can they be to keep it up that long, and then when it comes and lands, okay, you proved it to us. Okay, 40 minutes, whatever. But don't you know
38.
that when the battery starts dying and we were hearing it that it was beeping and then it started lowering itself. When the battery goes down to complete almost zero, like no more battery, how do you expect the drone to stay on and keep those sensors working?
Well,
Did you see it all moving around?
Well, see, obviously they don't have the same system built into it that
They
the
don't.
DJI ones do
Oh,
because
they
they
don't.
will land before they get to that point.
And usually,
well,
exactly.
DJI drones lie to you. They tell you they have zero, and they still have a little bit left. It's just like
The
your
land.
gas tank in your car. You're on E, but there's still 2
Yeah,
gallons.
but they
They're gallon
do
and a half.
that. They do that for that reason, though, so you
Yeah.
don't. It just doesn't fall out of the sky like that.
Yep.
And the big kick was where I started laughing my butt off is when the cameraman zoomed in right into their faces and you just see their expressions on their face. Oh my God.
Yeah, not the time to crash your drone in front of a
because I-
worldwide audience. Like
I would definitely say the DJI batteries are probably at 95% when they say 100%. And they probably have like that extra 5%, like you're saying, because they're not going to allow that drone to just fall out of the sky. It's
I
going to
got
land
3
wherever the
batteries.
hell
Don't let
it's
it get that close. You know what I mean?
That's-
Just pop the other one in and
That's
go.
crazy, man. I can't believe that happened. It's like,
How did it do otherwise? I still haven't seen the video.
it's crazy. It started landing and then it just started going boom, crashed right into the light post.
Well, I mean, before the dumbass maneuver, how was it before that?
Well, it hovered pretty good.
That's all they did was hover.
It wasn't like the other. I didn't see it hovering like going wacky all over the place like the other Xeno Pros, line that we all know about. That it just goes in like toilet bowls and doesn't stay still and it's all over the place. This one actually hovered pretty good. But I don't know. I just don't know, man.
I mean, I think maybe it just took them 3 months to make a jacket to put over a Mini. And they were just flying a Mini.
I know. And then you guys noticed that it took them forever to get that thing weighed. I've noticed, just like what's his name said, if you look at one of his channels, I forgot his name was. I think his name is Jason. He's got a channel, and he made a good point. He showed that they put a iPhone on that scale first to get the weight of the iPhone. And usually an iPhone, the weight, if you look it up, the weight of an iPhone it's 197 or something like that. And theirs said 193. So then they took the phone out, and then they put the Hubsan Xeno Mini Pro on the scale. So I'm wondering, that drone's got to be way over the 250 mark, because they put that iPhone on there. I mean, he said he could be wrong, but he said he put that iPhone on there. He did his research. The weight on the iPhones is like 173, whatever it was, and it was like 5 off than what it's really supposed to be on the iPhone. Then they put that Mini up there, and it said 250, when it's really probably more than that.
Well, didn't they say that?
They shaved off 5.
Well, didn't they say that it was more than 250 with the first generation batteries, but when they came out with the second one, it was supposed to be under because the batteries were supposed to be lighter?
On what, the iPhones or the on the iPhones? You're saying?
No.
No.
I mean, not the Hubsan. I don't think.
Oh,
The,
okay, never mind.
Femi.
I was thinking
Oh,
of the
you're
Femi.
thinking about the Femi. You're thinking
The,
about
the Femi. They still haven't shipped any Pro batteries yet, as far as I know.
batteries yet. Nope.
Matt says it'll be 249. He's sure. Okay. We'll see.
Yeah,
Well,
but at least DJI gives you, because it's not 249. That Mini 2 is like at 242 or something. They actually give you some leeway. Yeah, so at least they give you leeway to be able to add like some accessories onto it.
Yeah, no, it's less. It's like 230, 238. Mine. I actually bought a gram scale, and because I put the caps on the motors, which supposedly had 6 grams, and then I wanted to make sure I had enough headway to put a light on it in case I wanted to fly it at night. And I bought this alleged 6 gram Ulanzi, good for 3 nautical miles. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, on top, but it wasn't 6 grams; it was 7 grams, and that put my Mini exactly at 250, which is no good. So what I realized is the Velcro pad is twice as big as it needs to be. So I'm just going to snip it in half, save about 1/4 of a gram, and get it under 250. That's all. If I ever fly at night.
They said those Ulanzi lights are just repurposed bike lights from China.
Why are you going to make fun
That's
of
what
me?
I heard. I don't know if it's true, but they said that they use those same lights on bicycles as like warning lights, and they've just repurposed and rebranded them.
I don't know. As long as it works, I don't care. Seems pretty bright. I'm not going to really use the Mini 2 at night anyway. I mean, I might a couple times. For less than $20, I bought the light. Thought I'd check it out. I mean, I'll throw it on my Air 2S.
Well, honestly, unless your city's super bright at night, it's no even point even doing night flights because you won't see shit. It'll just be dark. Because like my city's not very lit up, and when I go out for night flights, I can barely see anything because it's not like Orlando, or Tampa.
What's not?
Those are
where I live at.
Oh, where you live at? Yeah, Port St. Lucie's pretty big. He's saying he likes the place here likes his Ulanzi lights. You're better off registering only $5. I can. I registered the other one. I have an account, but I don't have to. I don't know.
Well, once you register, all your drones are covered under that regardless. You don't have to register each individual drone. You just have to register one time, and then every drone you own is covered under that. You just have to put your registration number on.
You have to pay $5 per drone, though.
No, it's $5 for one registration, and you just have to put your registration number on the back of the drone.
And the drone, you don't need no more than one.
No.
Number, yeah. You could use the same one for every drone.
Yeah, just get you a label maker, and you just make your registration number and then stick it right on the side of your drone.
Well, I did
Well,
that. But I have a label maker at work.
Ken that just left, Hop Hour, our buddy. Okay, this is what I went to Amazon, and you can get these printed. They're very small. They're like the mini ones, and you got your registration number right there.
Right.
Very nice and small. It fits nicely, and in the back is your if found. Go to reclaimdrone.com for reward.
That's what I
And
went
then
to.
right here on this side, I have my if found, call my cell phone number for a reward right there.
And you can also get your
And they give you
registration
the
card printed. Yeah.
And they give you the card, a hard one, not a paper card, hard one, nice one. So I thank Ken for that, for letting me know about that. So
Yeah, and it's only like $20 or something, I think it was when I did it.
Well, I have a label
Shipping and
maker at
everything.
work, and I have cardstock at work. So I actually printed myself a cardstock card. I also had a little protector from one of my old fishing licenses, so it's inside that. So that's the card. The card's good, and I used the label maker. I actually made more than one copy of the label maker, different sizes. I made a small one, a bigger one. So I could pull one of those out and stick it on the Mini if I want to. The Mini 2, but you don't even have to register the Mini 2 itself onto the thing. You just use that same number for everything because it asks you information about the drone. But
in Amazon they give you a bunch of them too. I think they give you enough for two more drones. I think another one. I think they give you enough for this one and another one if you have another one. Yeah, they give you enough for two.
Yeah, it's a registration card and 2 sets of stickers.
Right.
But I mean, you have all the equipment to make your own stuff anyway, so that's.
Well, yeah. At work, we actually have a color copier, laser printer, blah blah blah. So I printed it on that. I even have color. It's nice. But anyway, yeah, it's free. But that's a pretty cool thing, though. With and they give you a hard card, which is nice.
I mean, you can always go on the FAA website and register you can put the Mini 2 on your account if you want to do it, just to do it. Like I did both my Minis just to have them done, just to be on the safe side. If I ever get pulled up by some FAA agent, at least I'm completely covered on everything, just to be on the safe side.
What's up, Chris? Chris Redworth is here. I am the proud streamer, the only one who's ever got Chris Wedgeworth to show his face online. And he looks nothing like that picture. He's got black hair, no beard. It's unbelievable. Oh, shit. Let me see.
Yeah, that picture of him looks like a biker.
I'm going to put this out here. He does look like a biker. He is a biker, probably.
Hey, did Ken leave or did he say bye?
He just kind of disappeared. The hotel internet's terrible usually. I think
his internet was freezing on him. That's why he ducked out.
Well, someone was saying that we're chopping up, or that the connection isn't that good. Is anybody else have anything to say about how does our audio sound?
I think it looks fine on my end.
On my end, everything looks clear. But sometimes StreamYard doesn't have the best streaming capability neither. That's why when you play videos for other people, they look like crap.
That's what I was complaining about. I have trouble with that too. I heard Restream is good.
Restream?
Yeah, Doc Murdoch talked about it. He told me today. It's called Restream OIS or something like that.
Do you have to pay for it, or do they have a free version?
They have a free version, I think. It's just like StreamYard.
It's browser based like StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have OBS Studio over here, and
OBS is awesome.
Huh?
OBS is awesome.
Yeah, if you learn how to use it. I started playing with it. You can get I guess you can get built-in scripts and overlays that make it very user-friendly, but you got to customize it, and it was a time. I mean, maybe sooner or later I'll do that. Then I could bring in 15 people. If I had 15 people actually listening to me, I'd be pretty happy.
Well, StreamYard is very easy, user-friendly. That's why a lot of people use it.
If you pay for the paid version on StreamYard, you could put up to 10 guests on your show.
Yeah. I'm lucky if I got 10 people listening. Look, I got 9 right now. But yeah, 10 people, and you could do. Oh no, you have to pay. You have to go to the next level to be able to stream in 1080p.
Right, but it's not worth it.
Why? And let's what's
720 is good.
See this better?
Well,
don't forget, I've got the cheap internet too. I've got the Comcast starter, exchange. So I get. Although it's been pretty sturdy. I've been testing it while streaming, and I'm getting nearly 60 down. I'm only paying for 50, and I get a solid about 5.9 because it's supposed to get 5 up, 60 down. It's the up that's kind of a problem because I'm taking in I guess I don't know. It seems fine. I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you go into 1080 though, you'll start freezing up and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Adrian tried to do that a few weeks ago, and he just completely was freezing. Like he had to go back down to 720.
Is it that much better? Honestly,
It looks.
although I'll tell you what, you're a little, Justin. You're a little.
Pixelated.
Yeah, he's looking. Yeah, he's not.
Well,
so clear.
it's my green screen because I don't have a bright light on it.
Oh.
I just have my bedroom light on at the moment. That's why.
Yeah, I've got these big LED things like right here and right here, and I feel like you guys are grilling me. I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. If I turn it off, there we go. That one off. That one off. There we go.
No. Turn them back on.
How's that look?
No.
Yeah, see, because you can see behind me, I'm getting blackness, and that's because I don't have a bright enough light on.
Now this, I'm a little washed out. There's actually this very cheap camera I have has
How many lights you have shining on you right now?
just my camera.
Just your camera, and you got
That has an oval ring around it.
Oh, okay.
And my camera was only $30.
Oh, and it was
That
worth
looks
every
good
penny.
right there. That looks good right there.
That's just the
There
one.
you go, right there. No, turn that back on.
Oh, they're both off. Oops.
No, the other one. Not that one. Not the other one. Well, that's good to give you like a little bit of your hair light behind you.
Let me turn this off.
If you put something behind you, like a hair light, like a key light in the back, it'll give you the light that comes out this way, and it'll take you away from the background a little bit, just so you pop out more. And then you put another light right opposite from each other. One here, and one behind you like that as a key light. One light shining here, just like you had it before. It looked perfect.
Don't look good now.
It looks good. Now, if you try turn the other one on. Let me see something.
This is the two outer lights now.
So they're both on right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got these. They look like desk lamp arms. You know, the
Yeah.
spring-loaded things,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
and it's got 770, I guess, or 63 LEDs in each one. I can't see now, by the way. So staring right at it, but I do, and they have different. I can make them brighter.
It's like similar like what I got. Same thing. You could bend it and stuff.
Give myself a little more color.
You could change color too, right? You could change the warmth.
Yeah, I've never
You could
played
make
with
it-
that, but I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that? That better?
That looks good.
It's like you go to the Walmarts; they have a whole section just for streaming, like
Yeah,
with
they
ring
do.
lights and
Yeah.
all kinds of shit.
They got the light,
At
they got
Walmart? Yeah.
light and stuff. I got one of mine from there before.
I've got an Aloratech camera. All right.
So you don't need to spend a ton of money to start and make your
Well, you're super clear. What are you talking into? What's your camera?
the iPhone 12 Pro.
Oh, is that what you're doing? You're using your phone. Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you just put a dongle with an HDMI,
Right.
then use a capture card. Hook it up to your computer and to your phone. And that's it.
Well, from the
Doc-
iPhone,
Look who's
Go
back.
Hey,
well, the iPhone 10s and up,
Yay!
talking about exactly what I like to talk about, streaming.
Mr. Docky.
Hey,
You
I
know,
was telling Mikey about the mic stuff. He was amazed
tell
at what
him.
microphone I use.
Yep. Tell him you don't need to spend. I was just done talking about it. That you don't have to spend a lot of money for stuff.
No, see that mic right there? That is a $20 Fifine, however you want to pronounce it. That's mic. And
Okay.
it works awesome. This thing sits about 3 feet from me when I use it.
I paid $30 for this mic and boom on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I paid 40 for mine.
Did you pay 40 for yours? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the cheap guy, you know. I
Yeah,
paid 20.
Me and Doc were talking about it. You know, you're paying for the name and the popularity of the thing. That's all.
Absolutely.
Well, this is bring it up.
Yeah, but if streaming wasn't so popular these days, a mic would still be out of most people's price range. But
Yeah.
it's so popular that they've come up with so many cheap alternatives.
I'll tell you what, this Fifine one that I got, I watched a YouTuber here about a year ago. He came on his channel, put the video out, was saying it's going to be about a mic. He pulled down his regular mic, which is similar to yours, that big one on the boom. And he goes, this is what this one sounds like, but here's what the one I'm going to show you sounds like. And he switched it and says, this is what that one sounds like. And then he made it appear. He had it, I forget how he did it, but he had it invisible on screen at first. When he made it visible, it was this desk mic clamped to a boom. And I was just like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. I didn't even finish watching the video. I got on Amazon and ordered one. So
Pile's good equipment, though.
Yeah.
He's got Mikey's got a pile there.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's right up to your face. I mean, you can't tell that it's all
I've never been like that
comfortable
in my skin. Yes, I will wear a bikini, whatever, but to be
what in the hell are
you just got to watch the waxing part there,
totally
Mikey.
different. So I saw that they were doing auditions in Jacksonville, Florida. That's like a 4-hour drive north from where we're at.
Why the
So
hell?
I saw it, and at the time, I had just gotten married. And this is to my ex-husband. Okay. So we just got married, and we used to watch show
What
together.
the heck is that, Mike?
And I asked
Yeah,
him,
that porn
"This
put
one
all that
is like,
malware on his phone,
they
and
would
now
wanna
he can't
do
shut it off.
and
Ain't coming
one
with
of
me.
them start like 8
No, it's the Love Doctors, but the app's not running. What the hell? You ever heard of Love Doctors?
No.
Oh, it's a great pro. It's not like it sounds. It's what they call it. It's iHeartRadio.
Oh, okay. It's on iHeart. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not showing anywhere. Like it's not running. So I don't know why it's doing that.
Go figure.
Well, I do Android Auto, and I I'm boring, and I do have YouTube Music, which I pay for and almost never use.
Yep.
And
I've got Epidemic Sound because it's not crap.
it's not crap.
I just wish these music services like Epidemic.
Was that good, Mike? I got Mikey with that one.
I have
That's all right.
Epidemic Sounds.
Ken posted on Instagram here a little while ago, a couple hours ago, and he had another one of those douchebags, get on there and thing. And I told him, add another one to the Encyclopedia Canonica, of douchebags. I can't wait until he puts that book out. That thing's going to take up a freaking car trunk.
I wanted to do sound effects, and I downloaded. I'm thinking, like Philly. He bought himself, and it's only $100 thing.
A sound card, right?
Yeah, a board. Yeah, it's like because you could change your voice and whatever else.
Oh yeah.
And I don't care so much about changing the voice. I wanted the sound effects, but changing the voice would be good too. Yeah, something like that. And it's probably the same one. And he's playing with it and having a good time. Thinking, I might like that. But I bought a USB mic. So finding one that actually accepts a USB mic, they don't exist. They don't seem to exist.
You're right.
So but what you can do is just get a virtual board, and it's just software.
Right.
So the number one, I can't remember the name of it now because I unloaded it. But I downloaded it, and it just takes everything over. And I got the repeat. It was like right now I don't do anything. I'm listening to you guys through these headphones, which are my gaming headphones, because I'm a nerd. And they sit over here, and I can hear you loud and clear, but you're not coming over the microphone. So this software, this StreamYard does a great job. It really does. And because the mic's pretty sensitive. You hear that? I'm barely touching the desk. But you're not picking up the sound from that mic. So that's very cool. When I tried using that software, you have to replace your mic with the software and then run the mic into the software.
Okay, so
Okay.
let me get this straight. See, my PAL mic, the podcast mic, is an USB podcast mic, okay? And we couldn't put it in here, right? So I got this thing thinking that it might work if I connect like another, like some type of dongle or something with the USB that goes into here, but I couldn't find any. So, so this thing's just sitting here right now, doing nothing, collecting dust right now.
Well, you can use it, but you just won't be able to run your mic through it. You can do your sound effects and stuff like that. And look who it is.
What's up, guys?
Good
Johnny!
man.
All right, you sound good now.
Now let's see if we get the echo.
Right.
Have no clue what that was.
Could you hear that?
Yeah,
That was the startup.
It was clapping. It was
Y'all
clapping.
trying to freak?
Sound good?
Yeah, put the
freak
volume
out?
up.
I'm just playing a YouTube video of applause.
There you go.
That's all.
Would you do a screen share it?
No, I'm just running it.
Oh, you're just running it on YouTube from another window or something?
Yeah, it'll pick up just like if you. Well, it just picks right up. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Let me try something. I'm going to mute my mic and then play that again, and you guys tell me if you can still hear it because I think
it's Bill's fault. I knew it.
Yes, it usually is. Should know that by now.
Let's see.
So I'm going to mute my mic.
Push the button, Max.
And then I'm going to play the applause. You see if you guys still hear it.
Nope. Did not hear anything.
Well, I don't know if that actually mutes my mic or just mutes the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I don't know. This is an interesting little test we got going on here.
I know that because I use OBS, okay, and that's what my video is going through right now. And as long as I play something that I've got loaded into the computer through a media button, because I use a Stream Deck to select it, and it's in OBS, it'll come through. If I try just to play something from the computer over the speakers and try to get it to go into the mic, I don't know why, but it mutes it.
Well, it's for the same reason that you're not getting feedback when you're talking to these guys.
Yeah, it does some kind of muting in that way.
Hey Doc,
Right.
does a Stream Deck like an app version? If you could download it on an iPad, will that work as well? Just like one, or do you just have?
Yes, you can do that. Stream Deck does have an app that you can download. It's a one-time fee. I forget what it is now. I think it's like $10 or something to do it. And you load the software on your computer. You set your phone or tablet up with that Stream Deck software. It has to be on the same network that your computer's on.
Right.
And then you can do everything that you can do with the physical Stream Deck with the app version. But the app version limits you to, I believe it's 15 buttons. But you can have as many pages as you want. So that's the only catch to it.
There you go, Michael. You have something to play with on the show.
There you go. Now,
Absolutely.
yeah. Good question. Awesome. I'm gonna check that.
Hear me? Can you hear me?
Just
sound
barely.
muffled.
Barely. Okay. Now this is another test. I have my microphone. I have my microphone wrapped up in a T-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening with me a while ago. I don't get it.
Yeah, go figure, Johnny.
I mean, I've never had a problem at all on this. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's always glitches in StreamYard, though. Like everybody
yeah.
will always have a glitch once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, that's
but
why
I mean,
Mike and I were talking about,
Were you able to hear that?
No, we didn't hear anything, Bill.
So it is just coming over my microphone.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Johnny or Michael and I were talking about that by using Restream.io. It gets around some of the issues that you can potentially have with some of the different software, and it allows you to use whatever you want to use to get into it, and then Restream.io actually sends it to whatever platform you want to stream to.
Yeah.
So it just does away with some of the little glitches here and there.
Yeah. Since I bought
Let me tell you
since I
something.
bought
I'm
this
sorry. I
MacBook,
keep
haven't
interrupting
had a
you.
problem.
Yeah, go
I
figure.
don't understand the sound that I'm hearing right now, like I said, is coming over these this big microphone, headset.
Okay.
Okay, and I can hear you clear as day. That is not feeding back into my microphone. Otherwise, you guys would you would hear
Yeah,
that.
you'd have the feedback loop.
But the that laugh track, whatever it is, clap track, is coming over those same headphones, and you're able to hear it.
Oh yeah,
That's odd.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty smart software, I guess.
Yeah.
To be able to discern between voice.
Yeah, but those headphones are not hooked up to that sound card. They're hooked up to the software. You're saying?
They're just hooked right up to my PC. I mean, I mean,
Okay.
there's nothing
That's
special.
software you're using.
This is hooked up to my PC through a USB port, and that's
Yeah.
hooked up to my PC through a different USB port. So
It's just your PC automatically doing it, and it's just
Something's going on.
automatic settings.
Yeah. It's something in the automatic settings, that it can sense what's playing and what's not, what to let through.
Yeah.
Johnny, I don't know if I like that angle. I feel like I did something bad.
But you know why Michael's iPhone looks so good though is because the iPhone 10s and up, the cameras on these things are 4K, 60 frames a second,
The
just
sensor.
like they are too.
They're amazing
good.
cameras.
And people don't need. And believe it or not, when I do my videos on YouTube, that whole video, the last one I just did with the propeller folders and stuff, that was all done with my iPhone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks good.
You know.
See, Doc's iPhone wasn't messing up. It was the signal. I'm almost positive it was your cell
Yeah.
signal.
Oh yeah, it definitely was that. So it was going through the Wi-Fi in the house, but I was outside. So
Right.
yeah, I'm on my desktop now, and it's hardwired into the router. So I'm not going to have no issues with that.
So, like, if Michael walked outside right now with his iPhone, it would start getting pixelated, look like
Mhm.
crap. It wouldn't look nearly as clear as it does now.
Yep, that's absolutely true. That's
didn't
why I
even-
like doing this with the desktop. It's so much easier. I tried doing it with a MacBook Air, and as long as you were using the camera that was built in and the mic that was built in, although I could do it with my external mic, you were okay. But as soon as you added anything external camera-wise, oh my God, that thing fell flat on its face. It was so horrible.
That's why I bought the M1, Doc.
Yep. Yeah, the M1 is a much better chip for doing this kind of stuff, without a
It
doubt.
works. It works really good.
Yep.
Well, he looks as clear as Michael does.
Yeah.
This
I'm
is a
on Apple.
OnePlus 7 Pro Android device, and you guys may have never seen this, but you see, right now it's on regular camera back here. Okay, if you want to do spin it around, you see the thing pop out of the top.
No, your green screen's messing with those.
Yeah,
with
just
the
a little
screen.
bit.
Just like-
How about that?
Bill, make your screen solo so we can see it bigger
Yeah.
on StreamYard.
All right. You're a smart guy. You really
You know,
are.
the other night I tried to show
There
somebody.
you go.
Can you see
Oh,
that?
wow, look at that.
Here, I'll turn it up. Here, this is the regular camera. So it's got me, as you can see.
Oh yeah.
And then you put it on selfie, and that thing pops up out of it. And
That's
that little
interesting.
camera, yeah, and it's the only camera, and it's really quick. It actually is smart. If you drop the camera with that sticking up, it'll actually retract. Like getting in cold water. It retracts, and it works. I've dropped, dropped it.
That's called shrinkage.
Shrink it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Seinfeld.
That's a technical term.
Yeah. Very technical.
And that does 1080, but that's a 16 megapixel camera. That little pop up, but it's only set up for 1080/30. The other way does. I think I've got 4K out of the big ones on the other side.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, you know what's real stupid though is the iPhones will come factory set to 1080p. You have to go in and manually change it to the 4K 60 frames, like the iPhone 10s do. I don't know about the 11s and 12s, but my 10, I didn't even know it was 4K capable until I saw a video and somebody showed me how to go in and reset it.
well, I can imagine why, because you're taking up so much more room on your card, on your space.
Oh,
With
without a
that-
doubt there.
And if you're satisfied with the results you're getting, there's no reason, to use up that much more space. Because like yours, this Android device, I cannot put a card in it, just like the iPhones. So.
Yeah, see, like mine right now, I just checked mine because I got a 10R, and it's set to 1080 60 for recording video, and then if I want to do slow motion, it'll do 1080 240. So, and everything I've ever shot with this thing set to this, man, it just looks great. I mean,
Try it in 4K.
guys, I strapped this thing to the front of one of those big X8 Cinedrones when I was out in California, and had the guy fly a battery pack with it, with this
Really?
strapped to it, and recorded it. And it looks great. The only thing is the stabilization that's in these fights what the drone is doing,
Right.
and there's no way to turn it off on these. I think
Because it was never meant to go at.
Yeah, exactly.
miles an hour.
But I think the 11s and the 12s, I think you can actually turn it off, and disable that.
Yeah,
But on the
Doc,
10s, you couldn't.
Doc, you pushing the specs on that one.
Yeah, just a smidge.
I mean, they probably the developers probably thought of a lot of crap, but they probably didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, they didn't think about strapping this thing to an 11.5-pound freaking quad,
Apple got a new event coming out Tuesday or Wednesday, I think.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're
probably going to come out with a 13 or skip 13 and go to 14, right?
Yeah, no lie. Yeah. My 10, though, the battery is really acting up, seems like lately. I guess they get about 2 years old or 2.5 years old.
2 years, yep.
Well, Apple a couple years ago got caught throttling people's power on their batteries back with software updates.
Yes, sir.
And they said it was to save the battery, but I think it was to make people go out and buy new phones.
Every
Mac
2
is
years.
Really hot lately.
Yeah,
quick.
I saw that. I saw that article. That's not dumb.
Yep.
And they can lie, if they want to, because that's not untrue. Your battery will last longer if you do that.
That's right.
But the thing
Johnny?
was, they didn't come out and say it. Tech
Your
guys
audio,
found out.
your audio is really low.
That
or
was
is
the
it
thing, Bill. No, it's low.
Yeah, Johnny, your audio is a little low.
But see, the whole thing about it, Bill, that was fishy about it is they didn't tell anybody that they did it. A bunch of tech guys went in there and figured out the programming and figured out what they did. And then when they outed them, then Apple came out and was like, "Oh, we didn't," Then they tried to cover the butts
for your benefit.
Yep. Well, I can agree with Johnny on that. My 10R is now over 2 years old, and I've noticed when I plug it in to charge it, it doesn't always charge the way it's supposed to, the way it did a year ago. If I plugged it into just one of the cigarette lighter chargers, man, that thing would charge up so fast it'd make just surprise you. Now I plug it into the exact same cigarette lighter charger. It's the same piece I've had, and it takes like 3 times as long to charge the phone. The only time it charges fast is when I plug it into the wall one here at the house at night. And I think it has something to do with the timing on it, that it knows when I typically charge, and it'll charge it up to like 85, 90%, and then back it down until about 3 o'clock in the morning and let it slow charge up until then. So,
Really?
Yeah, it actually gives you little warnings, and they'll say, "Hey,
yep,
it will continue charging at this time."
Yep. So that's what mine does, and it did not do that the first year I had it. You plug this sucker in any time of the day or night, and it would flat charge up full tilt, real quick.
Do you get about 1% a minute?
When it was brand new, I'd say it was pretty close to that. So, yeah.
My phone has 4K 30 and 4K 60. I don't know how to turn it. It doesn't allow you to, huh?
I was gonna say, what's crazy about the iPhone 12s is you can't interchange parts anymore.
I didn't know that.
Like you used to be able to, from the iPhone 11s down, you used to be able to take parts from other phones and replace it. But now every individual part has a specific identity to it. And if you try to take a camera out of an iPhone 12 and put it in another iPhone 12, it will act like it's not even a legit Apple part.
Wow.
Why did Johnny leave? I wasn't. Johnny, come back. I didn't want you to leave. It was just a little low. I was still enjoying your conversation. He's texting now. We've ignored the
Yeah.
people in the room here a little bit. Are there people in the room? Yeah, apparently there is.
Yeah, there's a few in there.
Yeah, he got but the
Yeah.
best,
Chris is in there, you know, and Sam and
Matt.
Sam and
yeah,
Doc Murdoch, whoever the hell that is, and we
yeah,
got
some
you know,
numbskull in there.
Chris
Yeah.
Wedgworth in the house.
yeah, Chris Wedgworth, who actually appeared on this channel.
Hey, Chris, why don't you join us?
He's never did it before. He was, and he would only it was the only people left. This was after like 4.5 hours of me just blah, blah, blah. And it was just me and him left. And he's like, okay. And he came in. And you were a beautiful, beautiful young man. You should come in. It's okay. Don't be afraid. Now he'll never come in because he thinks, you know. But anyway.
There's a lot of people though that get nervous about doing live stream, but once you do it one time, it's like second nature.
Here's the best way to explain at least this type of live stream like what you've got here, Bill.
Yeah.
This is hangar talk.
Yeah.
This is when a bunch of guys go sit down under chairs inside of an airplane hangar.
Yep.
You know, get a soda, pop a beer, whatever, and sit and just chat.
Yeah,
That's what this is.
You don't worry about who's watching it.
No.
We're talking.
That's right.
It. And if people like it, they'll hang out and they'll comment. And if they don't, they can, you know,
They go on their way. Yeah.
You know, there's 1,000 other places you could be on the internet.
Well, in all reality, most of the time when you get new
Million.
people in your stream, they're usually people that are trolling your stream, and then you end up having your moderators end up having to kick them out.
Yeah.
Take the big hammer to him.
You know what?
Poor
I don't know.
Rodney's stream. I don't know what it is, but his stream gets hit with so many trolls. I don't know what it is.
Who?
Wow.
But Rodney's stream.
Rodney
Really?
Bell?
Yeah, his stream. We
Really?
were in there like a week ago, and I had to kick two different people out because they were in there saying, "Oh, do you think white people should be able to vote?" And they were asking him if he supports President Trump and all this other crap, and like they were trying to start crap in the chat. But yeah, and then he was the one that had the chick that came on that was naked on his live stream.
Because he's from, you know, somewhere that they talk like this and a little slower and think before they talk. And, you know, they just assume all kinds of things about folks like that. And they can scratch my backside. You know, I don't care. I don't care who you guys voted for.
You mean the wet side of the double read?
Wet side of the double read. Yes. I'm not sure if I'm answering correctly, but
it's a musical thing. Double reeds like oboes, bassoons, you know. And
sure.
The two,
No, I used
two
to play
reeds,
trombone.
the two reeds flap the backside.
Hey, you need to screen share that
I
live
understand
that you
now.
did.
I got it. I didn't play any reed instruments. So I played the trombone. I played the baritone. I didn't like the tuba was too heavy. I'm a lazy fuck. So excuse me. So I did the baritone was heavy enough, you know. But then they didn't have them in the bands as you got older, you know. So then the trombone was pretty cool, you know. And what's nice about the trombone, it's a lot less exact. You can, you know, well, that was my style. I meant to slide past where I was supposed to be. That was style.
or slide all the way off the end,
which does work.
I have had that happen. Yes.
I actually have a trombone in my closet. My goofy friend found it at a garage sale or flea market or something and said, "I know you played this when you were in school, so I bought it so you could pick it back up and start playing again." It's like, you realize I stopped playing in 8th grade. Right? I have no idea how to play that thing, but I will. I maybe someday. I also bought myself a harmonica and a book to learn how to use it, and that's in there too somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, which stream was Chris on? Was it the Saturday night married, or was it the after coffee talk?
I think it's even before that. Let me.
Because I really want to see what he
a
looks
lot of
like.
these, you know. Let me find out. He's like right at the no. It's the one that's 4.5 hours long.
That was that morning one you did. The one that.
Yeah. After coffee talk. That's
Hey,
it.
Chris, come on right now. It's not a problem. We're all just sitting here just shooting a breeze.
Who's that?
Chris Wedgworth.
I thought you said he didn't have a beard.
I was joking.
Oh.
And he's got black hair too. I was just kidding. Here you go. I was trying to be funny. Hell no. I found you very interesting. I wasn't attracted to you. Don't be afraid. Come on in.
Well, that's like who is it? AZ Drone
He's on the other side of the country. Don't be afraid of me.
or
Huh?
Tomas? Tomas. and
Hell,
AZ
I'm almost
Drone.
on the other side of the country too, guys. You know.
Tomas is across the ocean. Tomas he's in
Yeah.
Ireland. Ireland.
Yeah, he
He's
won't
asleep
go
right
live either.
No, I know he won't. He did friend me on Facebook, though. I saw a picture of him, and I'm only kidding. I was interested. But if he was in here, I would say that just to be a jerk. But he seems like a nice young fella. You know, he says they're bored over there but they do drink a lot. Let me see.
And I think AZ Drone, he doesn't go live either, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Matt's
He's
in
a
here, and he thinks Wedgeworth is awesome.
Yeah,
And,
Everybody does. He's always on everybody's stream.
Yeah,
you know.
Chris is cool.
great supporter.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Place It Here is still here. Place It Here. Why don't you place it up here? Come on in.
Hey, Doc, are you coming out to the meet next year?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yes, sir.
Wait, you weren't at the last one though, right?
I was
he
at
was.
the one. Yeah, I was at the one that Ray had down there in Florida.
Well, so was I.
Yeah, we
Did
just
we meet?
just missed each other. Is probably all it was.
I was there all day,
Yeah,
beginning
there
and
was-
end.
I got to tell you, there's a few people down there that I didn't get a chance to meet, and it's just there was enough people that I just didn't get to meet everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I got there like 7:30.
I mean,
stayed there
even
till-
Ray, I only got to be around Ray for like 5 minutes, that time, because he was busy with everybody, and it was just that busy.
I'm sorry, I didn't meet you.
Well,
I was
didn't
at the end of the picnic table by Daytona. What the hell is this? Hot Rod.
Okay.
Rod, you know, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You had the hotel.
Yep.
With that
I
fancy-
didn't see Doc until we went to the steakhouse that night. I
Yeah.
didn't see him until we went there.
Yeah.
See, I didn't go to the steakhouse. I mean, I live down here, and hanging out down here to go to that steakhouse. I don't know. I was just tired and I wanted to, go home. I had beer in my cooler. You should have, come over and said hello.
Well, you'd have to entice me with a Diet Coke. See. Yeah.
I had that too.
If the FAA is watching, it was non-alcoholic beer.
What the hell would that matter as long as he ain't flying for 8 hours?
I didn't start having the beer until after I flew. Just to be
There you go. See, perfect.
I flew that Mini 2 early. I was one of the first couple up with that thing.
Yeah, Matt says next year it's April 2nd on Saturday.
At
So-
Jensen Beach.
Jensen Beach Causeway Bridge Park, which is literally 15 minutes from my house here.
And Johnny, I will message it to you.
Matt had beer with me. Matt was I think it was one other person grabbed the beer. I brought that cooler for everybody, but I guess I didn't advertise well enough.
Ah, that's all right. Just saved extra for you for later, right?
I gave it away. I literally gave it away. On my way home, I stopped at a friend's and I let them have it all.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot except when I'm streaming, apparently,
Which is all the
That's all
time.
right.
So
which is a lot.
Oh no, it's good getting on and just relaxing. I mean, I needed to do this tonight. I've been pretty busy all weekend, so I spent all
What do
day
you-
Saturday down at the airport, down at my hangar, trying to get it ready so I can get some concrete in the floor in there. So
Doc,
So-
all my life I've wanted a pilot's license. I grew up in Hasbrook Heights. We were from the New York area, but when my parents split up, I basically grew up in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey,
yeah,
which is right next to Teterboro Airport. And I had a lot of friends that got their friggin' pilot's license because it was
Yep.
it's kind of an unusual thing. But when you live in a town, a
Yep.
pretty high-income town, right next to an airport, it was very common to get your license. And they had theirs, but we couldn't afford that kind of thing. So to this day, I've always regretted not at least getting some form, some level.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to do it, the best way
Boring.
to do it is to buy an inexpensive airplane,
Right.
get your license in it, and then sell it.
I'll
And you'll
sell the
sell
Harley.
it for the same amount of money you paid for it or more, and you'll have your license.
That's interesting.
So, Doc, what
I
is
still got to pay and get airtime. Well, I guess the most expensive part is getting your airtime in somebody else's airplane.
That is exactly it.
I got you.
So what do you exactly do for a living, Doc, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm a retired operating engineer out of California, so spent almost 40 years out there building freeways for a living. And then when I moved out here to New Mexico full time, finally, I had to relax for about 6 months. I'd been working nights for almost 3 years up until I retired. And then when I finally felt better, I managed to get a job with the city out here working in the water and sewer department, in the utilities for the town of Silver City. So I'm in the water department. That's what I do.
So the flying's just like a hobby then?
Yep. Flying is for me. I have 5 acres sitting down about an hour and a half south of me that will be building, or at least I've gotten started. I just haven't finished it, but I'm building a hangar home down there. So down in the town of Columbus. So, and it's on my property sits on the 5th lot. Let's see, I got to think about this. I'm the 5th lot east from the west end of the runway, and I'm on the south side of the runway, and I'm butted right up against the runway. So I got 330 feet of runway frontage.
Are you an instructor, Doc?
No.
Ever consider that?
Yeah, I have. I've thought about it. For the type of flying I like to do, it wouldn't do well with me.
Okay, because I was thinking I'm going to retire in about 2 years, maybe 3 years. So get ready. Because I like New Mexico.
New Mexico's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's the land of magical enchantment.
It is.
And I drove through it. Albuquerque seemed like a fun town.
Yeah, it's just like LA.
It was 1980.
It ain't changed.
It's a long time. I didn't stay. I just drove through. It looked fun.
Yeah, it ain't changed.
No.
No, it looks almost the same.
I'll stop there, and then you just let me know how much it's going to cost me to.
Well, I'm about 4.5 hours south of Albuquerque, so where I'm at.
Really? So you're way down.
I am way south. Yes, where my property is down in Columbus, it's less than. Well, I got to think about this. It's less than 2 miles, 3 miles from the U.S.-Mexican border.
Oh.
So that's how far south my property is, and then right now I'm an hour and a half north of that, up here in the Gila Mountains.
Have you found yourself becoming bilingual living in that area?
No, I kind of have a knack for it anyhow, just because I'm half Portuguese and half Irish. So that's how come everybody talks about it. They all think I've got a weird color issue with my camera because of how dark my face looks compared to my white hair.
Right.
But it's not. I get out in the sun and I just turn dark, and I go dark quick. And
as long as you know how to swear at people, order beer and pizza, you're set.
That's it, man. I can say fajitas very easily.
Fajitas.
Yes. Carne asada.
My mother's Italian. I'd love to learn Italian, and my father's Irish.
Oh, wait a minute. Italian's easy. You just got to go like this a lot.
I'm halfway there.
Right, Mikey?
Yep.
The reason why I know that is because my wife is Italian. She gets that all the time.
Yes, because Latins don't
Italians
wait
yell
their
when they
talk.
talk.
That's right.
Come on.
Italians yell when they talk, right?
Huh?
We yell when we talk, Italians.
You're clearly Mike's clearly Italian.
Sometimes. So, all right.
Well, she popped
Say hi
in.
to everybody. This is one of my grandgirls.
She's pretty. Hello.
This is Chloe. Hang on.
Hi, Chloe.
There we go. Say again.
My name's Chloe.
Hi, Chloe. You're very pretty, Chloe. Well, you were until your grandpa started smushing your face with the
That's right. I'm
microphone.
just smushing your face.
Chloe's a princess.
All right. Going off to bed. Night.
Not done yet.
Yeah, you're done. Get out here.
That's nice.
That's and just so you guys got to understand, that is one of 9 of my grandchildren. So, and they're all like, I ended up with 6 granddaughters in a row.
Holy cow.
Yeah, and then they started having grandsons. So the grandsons are all the youngest ones. So,
I got you beat, Doc. My grandma had 9 kids, 28 grandkids.
Yep.
Or 18 grandkids and like 28 grandkids by the time she passed away.
Oh my goodness. Well, I had 5 kids. I've got 4 daughters and a son, and 2 of them still haven't had children. I don't think they ever will. I think they've kind of just got a bad taste of it. So,
Doc, you got a good life, don't you, Doc? I mean, you
I do all right.
Seems like you've done a lot that you really enjoy, and stuff that you really enjoy, and and you got beautiful grandchildren, and you're living in a beautiful area, and you
Yeah.
fly and you drone and you hang out. For some reason, you got nothing better to do on Sunday night than hang out in here with us. But I appreciate
absolutely.
that. I appreciate
Man, I
that.
tell you what. Here's the thing for me. There's not a lot of flyers in my area,
Yeah.
so when I get a chance to, hangar talk and just hang out for a little bit and just relax with guys that are into the same thing, it's helpful.
You
know,
realize that
me.
from now on, when I create this on Sunday night, it's going to be called Hangar Talk.
Hey, you know what? It's a great way to do it.
The drone hangar. I mean, I don't
There
fly
you
a
go.
plane, but we fly something. We, SUAS.
Absolutely.
So,
No, you just don't even have to say S, just UAS, hangar talk.
Hangar Talk.
There you go.
You haven't gotten any of your pilot buddies into FPV with you?
No, I sure haven't. I mean, most of them are hung up. Just so you got an idea, full-size aviation is, in a sense, very cliquish. And it has to do with basically just the cost of being in that.
Right.
So you've got a lot of guys that have either saved a lot of money over a lot of years and have finally got into it, or you've got guys that have had money and have been into it forever, and they get that snobbish look, that little bit of, and the average person just doesn't fit in with them, and they really don't think you do anyhow. But when you get away from those guys and you get in with the backcountry flyers, those are the guys that are like us in the FPV, realm. They absolutely love it when they get somebody new in and want to sit down and talk with them, and they will talk with them forever because they understand once they get in, they're in, especially backcountry flying, because it's very unique and not everybody does it.
Doc, did you notice Johnny was saying that Bailey was there and she's stealing ice cream and she said hello to you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And,
Hello, Bailey.
And
Bailey's a sweetheart. She's a great little gal. She came out there, to Florida with us at the meet.
I know. I met her.
You did get to meet her?
Of course. So I met Doc or Johnny too.
Okay.
Telling you, we must have been avoiding each other for some reason.
There
You
was
must have looked at me and thought that guy's not a pilot.
no, not even close.
I'm not talking to him.
Because if you'd have seen me walk up, you wouldn't have thought I was a pilot. You'd have thought I was a cop or something, because I keep my hair short. I always tuck my shirts in, and I just do certain things.
Well, I get that. I get that a lot too, just because of my demeanor and my short hair and all that stuff.
Yes.
But I'm sloppy, so I'm undercover.
You're undercover.
All right, Bill, I got to get off here. My wife's got to go to work in the
Yeah,
morning,
me
so
too, buddy.
I'm keeping her up.
Yeah, you guys are all on the East Coast there, so yeah, you're a couple hours ahead of me. It's only 9 o'clock here.
Well, Bill always does his live streams in the middle of the night, so
I just don't sleep that well. Actually, I mean, I don't have to be. I mean, I'm working a double tomorrow. However, I don't have to be there till 11 o'clock, so I got plenty of time.
Yeah, you got time.
I'm
all right,
good.
well, I'll see you guys later. It was nice.
All
seeing
right,
you.
have a good night.
Good night, Mike. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Thanks
You're
for
a good
having
guy.
me.
You're a good guy.
Anytime, buddy. Send me
Yeah.
whenever you're on. I'll hop on. If you want me to come in, I'll be more than happy to come in.
Always. The more the merrier. I bore myself to sleep on this channel. I need you guys. I
Look
do.
forward to seeing you getting that quad flying, Mike.
That's right. Thank you so much, Doc. Once again, I'm gonna
problem,
start
buddy.
it tomorrow. So
Not a problem.
I do have a question for you, Doc. Though you said get a cheap plane. What the
Yes.
hell is a cheap plane?
You can find a 1947, 48, 46, right around there, Taylorcraft BC-12D for anywhere from around $12,000 to $18,000 if you look hard. It is a 2-seat tailwheel airplane, flies on about an 65 to 85 horse engine. The thing only carries 12 to 14 gallons of fuel, and you can get your license in it.
Okay. Now, what level license are you talking about? I mean,
You will get a single engine land private pilot's license.
because you got those ultralights and like that. I mean,
No.
I actually
No.
kind of no, huh?
No. If you want an actual pilot's license, you have to get it in something that's big enough and that has the right equipment.
Oh no, I didn't think I would get a regular license with that. I mean, they've got like sport licenses or something for them, don't they? Or
They have, well, for the ultralights, you don't even need a license. You know, you just need a little training.
I need an ultralight that can carry me.
Most will carry all of us. I mean,
Yeah,
how tall are you, Bill?
6'2".
You're 6'2". Okay, I'm 6'1". I weigh 180 pounds. You know, I barely fit in some of these small airplanes, you know, with my length.
I weigh 295 pounds.
Okay, you'd still fit in them.
Yeah, but would they take off?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
So
anyway, I used to be 6'2". I might be 6'1" by now. I mean, gravity and I you know, it says 6'2" on my license, but I think it's lying.
not me. My feet still hang off the end of the damn bed. So it's just kind of what it does.
Can I behoove you to keep this talk to the guys? So
Sure.
Can you hear
Johnny? Got to get
How
Johnny on there.
Johnny should come back in.
Hey, Johnny.
I don't know why he quit. I was just saying he was a little low.
Push the button and bring it in again.
We could hear you.
Or actually, you know what? If Bill's going to go away, Chris, you can come in, Chris Wedgeworth.
Yeah, come on, Chris. There's 7 people in here. Come on, man. Oh,
Mike B says, I think I'm shrinking also.
You're talking about height, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
What the hell? Talked about shrinkage earlier.
Oh, goodness.
Did I?
Hi,
you weren't around when I was playing with that. I was showing some video from my maybe you were from that cheap camera I bought.
No, I don't think I did. I don't think I saw it.
I actually bought an action cam and I put it on my helmet, my Harley helmet, and just I know I won't use it much, but you know, Bourdain's toys, because I wanted to maybe not just drones. Maybe I can get more people to come in if I do other stuff. You know?
I think it was last year or a little bit longer than last year now. It was about 1.5 years ago. I was on Amazon looking at stuff, and the Yi camera popped up, the Yi Light, and it popped up as a special from Amazon for $50.
Right.
And it's like, okay, so I bought one, and then my daughter says, "Oh, that's cool. Well, let's get another one." Tried to go back to it, it wouldn't let me buy a second one.
Really?
So she had to get on and do it and buy the other one because it would only let you have one.
Mine's an older camera. It's been around a while, apparently. And one of the reasons I bought it was I was looking at the Akash. What the hell is it? Real common GoPro alternative. Costco.
Akaso.
Mm-hmm. And but with those, if you want a boom mic, and if I'm going to do a couple of, like I said, I'm not going to do it a lot, but I'm going to do some here. I figured I'd combine. Here I am on the bike, on my way to the Causeway Bridge to fly my drone. Then I'll get off the bike. Hey, look how pretty my bike is. Okay, here's my drone. I can even leave the helmet on so I can get the launch video and
Well, here's another option
Marcus
for you.
does. But I bought, instead of buying the GoPro and spending $350.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then the Akaso, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, you got it. It's Akaso.
Some models allow you, the newer ones don't. You can't even put a lanyard on it, so you'd have to do a separate recorder, which which is another investment. Which again, for something I'm going to do once in a blue moon, I wasn't that worried. I wasn't that. Maybe later.
Tell you what, though, get one of those. It's worth it.
Yeah.
That's one of the Zoom in ones.
Right.
Great little recorder.
How much is that?
I think it was like $80, $90 when I bought it. I was actually kind of surprised it was plastic, on the outside, because all the ones I'd ever seen were black. And I found this one, it was red, and it was like, no, I want the red one just because it's red.
It's cool.
It's just different.
Can you put a external mic on that?
Yes, yeah. It's got a spot for a mic jack. You can actually put a headphone in it to hear whatever you've recorded. And boy, you put a big card in here, it'll record all flipping day until the batteries die. So it's definitely well worth it.
I was looking at, again, I was trying to,
you just put a little lapel mic up inside the helmet, put it right in front of your face, and just make sure you run the cord down.
Can't do that because I'm too cool to have a full face helmet. Too cool.
Well, bummer.
Too stupid to have a full face.
Well, just put a boom mic with a big fat foamy thing on there. There you go.
I'll show you what I'm going to fill this drink, and I'll come back and show you what I got, and I'll show you the video. I was very surprised, and I'll give it away I bought the camera, and it came with a lanyard mic.
Yeah.
You can use any lanyard with it because it's a regular plug-in. It's not
Right.
USB. And it came with 2 batteries, no external charger. That's one negative, but you charge it within the camera.
Right.
Came with a naked mount, waterproof mount, naked case, a waterproof case, a J hook, a few other connectors, a curved base, a straight base, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
$41.
Oh wow, you got a killer deal.
And it does well. I mean, it was listed for 60.
Yeah,
But
but
they
still,
said-
for $40, it's like even
Click
if
here
you
for
totally
20
destroy it, it's like so
Right.
what?
Right. And if I didn't like it, they're like, "Oh, if you don't like it, you send it back." I'm not even going to bother. But
Yeah.
it's got click here for a coupon. And usually when you do that, they want you to subscribe to something stupid. I clicked it. It didn't ask for anything. It just gave me the price off. They go, "Why'd you bother doing that? Why don't you just advertise at the lower price?"
Yeah,
Well,
that's
the
the way to
Amazon-
do it sometimes.
Amazon marketing. But it's not fish-eyed. You know, it was
That's
pretty
good.
good. And 4K 30, 2.7 30, 1080p 60 and 1080p 30, and 720. I don't know what 720. It's higher. You know, I check it just
Yeah.
slow. And it's not bad. You know, I mean, the throughput on it's probably not all that fast, even though they say they want you
Right.
to have a level 10 card for the, for the 480 for the
4K, yeah. You know
Correct.
what? On all the ones that say they'll do 4K, I never set them to that. I
Right.
always set them to 1080p or 720.
Yeah, I'm going to stick at 1080p 30, not 60.
Right.
And I think the EIS will work better. I just do. I just think the camera will be able to handle the shakes better.
Matter of
So
fact,
I'll
if you
try.
set it to 720 60,
Yeah.
then that'll handle the speed of the bike better. As things are going by, it'll be a
try that.
little cleaner.
Yeah, I'll try
And
that.
then the EIS will still work.
Yeah,
so-
I'll give that a try because the EIS doesn't work at all in 4K 30.
Right. That's
You-
right.
you
Most
gotta-
don't.
You got to drop it down to 2.7.
Mhm.
And so far, I've only, walked out of my front door and played with it, and then put it on the helmet and walked out my front door, and that's all I've done so far. So I haven't really experimented. I haven't ridden it on the bike. Plus, I have a visor. I do have a 3/4. I do have a 3/4, and I've got a visor. So I'm gonna hide it like right behind the visor here, so it should pick up my voice and hopefully protect it a little bit from the wind. I do have an Ultra, so I got a great big windshield in front of me. So
That'll help also.
Yeah. So hopefully the wind noise won't be so bad.
No, worst case, you'll have to put just an extra piece of foam on it, on the mic element. So
What is it? It's Ape Man A79.
8-man, there you go. Okay, that's the other ones. The 8-mans are a total hoot because they're so cheap.
Yeah.
And they work. And
Works
if,
pretty decent.
if
When I
you
come
don't
back, I'll
like,
show you the video.
like if you don't like the features the thing's got, you take it apart, drill a hole in it, put a mic jack in it. Yeah.
I'm just surprised for that kind of money, and the mic seems to work good. I'm sorry, Doc. It's all you right now.
Not
I'll
a
be right
problem.
back.
Hey, Johnny, if you're still there, have Bailey get on. Put her on the stream. Love to see her again. She'd enjoy chit-chatting, for a little bit. And Mike, let's see here. What are you doing tonight, Mike? Mike B? You just hanging out with us as well? We can hear it. Bill's rustling. I'm waiting for the crash and the dinner plates and then the big hubcap swirly. Yeah, that would be it. But yeah, guys, if you all want to join in. Definitely join in. Fly FPV, strap something on something. Go have some fun. It's the best way to do it. Yeah, Johnny hears it. I can't. I'm just waiting for that big crash, and then the hubcap swirling, Oh goodness. Yeah, Mike, I understand that. That's the reason why I was down at the hangar getting the hangar all cleaned out and cleaned up. I've got to take my daughter's 02 Dodge Caravan down there. It blew a head gasket or the water pump died on it or something. It's overheating real bad. So I got to get it hauled over there, back it in the hangar, and then close the doors up and take a few days and strip it apart, clean everything up, figure out if it broke the heads or not. And if it didn't, at least I'll be able to get the head surfaced and put it all back together, and then the car will be good to go. Any upcoming plans to AZ? Not in the near future. My next trip is to Colorado, up to Colorado Springs. Going up there. My son has a big camp out trip planned with him and the grandboys, and he wants me to go be with them for that. So we are leaving a week from next Friday, and we're going to be driving up. I am going to try and meet up with Sean Oz on Saturday morning-ish afternoon and spend a couple, 3 hours with him up there in Dillon, then drive back down to Colorado Springs Saturday evening, and then spend the day Sunday with the whole family out there. And then Monday-ish, me and my son and the boys are heading out to go camping until Friday. And then at that point, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be heading back, and then back to the grind. And after that, trying to think what else is coming up. Next big thing will be in August, which will be Ken Herron's shindig he's doing. So most likely I'll get out to Arizona sometime between then and, Ken's thing and when I get back from Colorado. So I've got a buddy out there in Red Rock. Some of you guys might know him, Justin Hadley. Hadley's famous. He's out there in Red Rock, and I haven't been able to get out and visit with him for a bit. So we are working on getting a chance to go do that. So let's see. We come to Florida next year. We're going to have to stop and pick me up. Yeah, we might have to, Johnny. We might have to. So if I do that, though, I'm going to have to bring my truck, man, all the crap we're going to bring. So he's an hour away from you? Okay. Are you, AZ Drone, are you closer to Phoenix? That would be the next question. Well, come on, Johnny. God, man, you take all the fun out of it. I don't do no loop-de-loops, okay? I just fly. Of course, I might fly 20 feet off of the water, and have some fun, and scoot along real fast. North Phoenix. Okay, you're in Scottsdale. All right. Well, we'll have to make a trip up there. Shoot, when we plan it, get a whole bunch of guys together. I'll see if Justin wants to go too, and we'll just all go up there. Go have some fun up on the north side. I know there's a lot of good places to go fly up there. As a matter of fact, I think Justin got to fly. Where's that one place? Oh, goodness. I'm trying to remember the name of it. There's like a park where if you've got your 107, they'll let you go fly in that park. It was a really nice place. Sedona, thank you. Yes. Yeah, Justin's been up there, and it's beautiful up there. Johnny, just take some Ambien. Yeah, Johnny will have to take more than Ambien probably. Oh, you've been to Winslow. Okay. Yeah, I had some friends that lived up in Kingman and up that way. They now live back in Anaheim in California again. So,
I've been standing at the corner of Winslow, Arizona.
Yep.
Such a fun thing to see.
I've only been there one time, and it was just going through basically.
Oh, what a bummer. Here to go.
There you go.
On the, and I couldn't cover up the Harley sticker because that sticker is probably $35.
Yeah.
But I don't have a face, but I do have, this nice, and I have the thing hooked onto there. I'm going to put a little piece of tape on here so it grips it better.
Easy Drone Dude's son is going to start working in New Mexico around October, so he may be coming up my way.
Cool.
So, awesome. Yeah, I'm down here. I'm north of the 10 freeway, about 45 minutes north of Deming. So that way you got an idea where I'm at. I'm right at the foothills of the Gila National Forest. So
that's a bummer. I lost a little foam. My foam little.
You lost your foamy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go down to
I haven't
Walmart.
even used it yet, and I lost the foamy already, man.
Go down to Walmart. They got that 2-inch thick foam rubber they use for making seat cushions with. Just go buy a slab of it and cut you out a nice big square and trim it with scissors, make it look pretty. Put a little slit in the middle of it and stuff it over the top of it.
Not that much room. See what I'm doing? I'm clipping it to the inside of to this, right here.
That'll work.
And it It's already like up against my cheek. So
It'll be all right. You put it right. Put the mic right when you put it on. Put it right at the corner of your mouth, so that way when you're talking, it'll hear you.
well, my mouth's down here.
Yeah. You want to bring the boom down as far as you can and get it
Over
to where
here?
it sits like right about here.
In the front.
Right? Yeah, right towards the front.
You could try that. I was doing here because there's actually a little catch.
Yeah.
To grab onto, so it wouldn't fall off. But what I could do is I take a little electrical tape and wrap it on both sides of this, so that the teeth of this in a roach clip here, so the teeth of that has something to grab onto, because otherwise it'll just slide right off.
See,
So we'll give it a
have
shot.
to add through the low side with engine running, AC on. Oh, he's talking about doing the AC in his car. Yeah.
But anyway,
Johnny says that's a big helmet. Well, Johnny, that's because he's got such a large brain.
now how how dorky is this with this thing up here?
That works. Oh, yeah, I see some of the crazy crap these nutballs that drive the crotch rockets wear.
But then I look cool when I do this. Now I look cool.
There you go. Now you look cool.
It's that large enough. My nose is actually touching this.
Yeah, basically what you want when you put the mic on, you want that mic to come like right to the corner of your mouth. Okay, so that way it can hear you the best, but without actually breathing in it.
We'll see. Like the mouth is pretty far away,
Yeah,
But
you just pull it down as far as you can and get it as close as you can, so that way you have the best chance of it hearing you.
well, there's plenty of extra wire. I have it looped up inside the top here.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that'll work.
Oh, like as long as it doesn't pick up maybe to be really good like this setup here and not pick up the motor noise so much and recognize my voice for $41.
Hey. Give it a try, man. The guys that are flying the bush, the smaller 2-seat bush planes like the Kit Foxes and all that.
Yeah,
a lot of them use the Akaso and the 8-man in particular. There's a couple models of the 8-man they use because they take the back off of it and cut a notch in the side because the microphone's right there, and they desolder the internal mic and solder it to a jack on the side. They plug the output of their comm system into that jack.
Okay.
To where they put the camera up, and all the audio that the radio is putting out and that they are putting out goes right into the camera. So
and you're doing it with a $40, $50, $60 camera. So, I get it.
And it works.
And the video's not, and I'm telling you, the video's not bad. What's funny is, the card I bought, it costs half as much as the camera does.
Oh yeah,
and then they sent me this really cheap, double-sided, fake 3M tape that with the curve of this helmet.
Yeah, it don't fit.
No, well, this is curved, but it wasn't curved enough. This is the curved base. There was a straight base too.
Well, that's what a propane torch is for.
Well, I was thinking about that, but what I did. I was thinking, but I gotta be fair.
Fix everything with a big hammer. It always works.
I got this. You can't even tell. It's I don't know if it's a 3M product, but it's like Velcro, except it's the plastic.
Right.
It's like plastic hook and loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really, and it's so thick that it makes up for the curve of the helmet. Plus,
it's got enough give to it.
This stuff can supposedly hold up a 12-pound shelf, so I think it'll do okay with this. 3-ounce.
I don't know when you work out the math on that. What's the square inches surface of the camera? Then figure your speed,
If I'm wrong, I lost $40.
It's going to come flying off that thing.
That's not going anywhere. And like I said,
Here's what you should do.
Here's the thing, though. I don't get buffeting on the helmet because of the windshield and like that. But let's not forget the camera's a little higher.
Right. What I was going to say was tie a freaking safety wire to it. Tie a little string to it and tie
They give you a safety wire.
No, tie it to the bike. To the seat rail. That way, if it goes back, you're not going to catch it, but at least it'll still be tied to the bike, dragging on the ground, bouncing.
Now, believe it or not, they gave me a safety wire with it.
Really?
Yeah. A metal.
Wow.
With loop at 2 ends.
That's pretty cool.
And I have to see if it's long enough, but I've got this screw. I don't think it's.
Make it full screen.
I got that screw right there. It's black. Can you see it now?
Okay. Barely.
Well, it holds the visor on. You got two. You got one here and you got
Oh,
one.
okay. It's visor screws. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I could back that out and put it in there.
Yeah, there you go. Just something to where if it does happen to blow off, you're not going to lose it. You know, that's really it.
Yeah. maybe this is an excuse to get a full face helmet finally. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, there are some really nice ones out there, and there's some really cheap ass ones out there. And the sad part is the ones that fit right, feel right, and work right are not cheap. And that's the drawback. I mean, you just can't get around it. I've tried everything from a $50 helmet to a $500 helmet. And I tell you, those $500 helmets fit, they feel good, they're comfortable, and they work.
Yeah, there's a reason they cost that kind of money.
Exactly. They've been well designed.
I pay a premium for having a double X head, that goes in there. But yeah, but do I want to spend that kind of money? Because here's the sad thing. It'll sit.
Yep.
It'll just sit, because it's Florida. It's very friggin' hot.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I got to admit, I prefer riding without it, which I know is stupid, but I do wear boots.
Well, I disagree with that, Bill. I disagree with it. Here in New Mexico, there is no helmet law.
Right. But here either.
You don't hardly ever hear of any bikers having accidents out here.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, not in my area, at least.
Well, they happen here, but that's typically people run into them, unfortunately.
Exactly. It's not a matter of the bikes having the accident. It's somebody hitting them. So, and it's not the biker's fault.
Don't get me wrong. This, just like there. Well, you see, you're a little more spread out, probably, but
yeah, we are. We have a little more sparseness.
We do have young folks that drive like idiots on bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an F-150 at the time. This is a couple years, 4 or 5 years ago. There's guys on sport bikes in front of me, and I mean, they're not going. I'm going 45 on US 1, which is the speed limit, and they're just kind of matching my speed. They weren't going fast, and then you just pop in the wheelie and doing it for like an eighth of a mile, 20 feet in front of my truck.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, and I don't know if that made it more exciting for him, but I didn't like it.
Yeah,
because not that I cared about him, but he could wreck my truck.
Yep. Oh man, Johnny had a buddy have a GPS fall off his bike. $1,200 GPS thing, lost it first day out with it.
But he kept doing it though. The guy did it like 4 or 5 times going down US 1. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
you go down. I'm not reacting in time.
Yep.
And like I said, the hell with him. That's a nice bike. You don't want to wreck that and get all crap up underneath.
Oh yeah.
All that blood and guts and stuff on my truck. I would have been very upset.
No, I'll tell you, I don't want to say I'm a proponent of helmet laws, because I'm really not. Because when you're an average rider, you're smart. You're not stupid. You're out there just enjoying the ride and being careful, and enjoying the ride.
Right.
But you got those dumb nuts, okay? And not just the bikers, but the car drivers. And I witnessed a helmet save a guy's life.
Yeah.
Freaking van up in front of me, about 4 cars, saw this biker split in traffic, and the biker wasn't going that fast. He wasn't hauling ass between traffic. He was cruising by, okay? But he was going fast enough. The van pulled right in front of him just as he got to the van, right in the back. He head planted the van, put a big old dent with his helmet in the van, knocked him out cold. He was out for the count, on the pavement.
Well, it's actually illegal to split traffic in Florida.
Yeah, it wasn't back in California.
You'd never know it. You see people doing it all the time, but it's not legal to do it here. And I have like I said, I have an ultra classic. I'm not splitting traffic with that big ass bagger, and I'm not driving like an idiot with that thing either. Nope. You know what I mean? This is all about me cruising and relaxing.
Yeah, it's all cruising,
having a nice ride. But that doesn't mean something can't happen.
Yep.
I did. I don't want to say put it down. Actually, it was more like I put it down. I didn't lay it down. I was coming up a normal night. It was nighttime on our way home from work. Wasn't speeding, just riding home, and didn't realize that like it happens in Florida, there was a quick shower.
Yep.
And it wasn't enough water that you could see it. It didn't even look wet, but it was damp. And from the oil on the road,
just enough.
The light changed, and frankly, it was one of those in betweens. When you're on a bike, sometimes you just got to go right through.
That's right.
And I didn't realize it at the time, but I hit the rear. It came out. Let go.
Oh yeah.
Let go. Let go. And I kept trying, and then I'm getting too close to the light. And so I literally let it go completely, and more or less laid it down. I mean, I didn't damage the bike. Little scuff on the guard on the engine guard. And then immediately jumped off, and it's funny, and then it just looked back. So I was in the intersection a little bit, but not enough that I was in any danger, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I did the best I could. I've got different tires since then, by the way. And then I went with the American Elites, which I think are better.
Okay.
Dunlop American Elites. Anyway, there's a caddy corner to me right at the light is a cruiser right there, and he sees me put the bike down at the light. He doesn't know if I'm drunk or what. And the sad thing is, I was coming off of work and I had a beer just before I left, so you could probably smell a little of my breath.
Right.
I gotta think I'm plowed. So I immediately hopped off the bike, put it was to the right, so put the kickstand down, or the jiffy stand, as Harvey,
right,
Harley likes to call them, and immediately, and backed it right up, boom. And started getting back on it right away with needing no help whatsoever. And this is a 900-pound bike.
Oh, yeah.
But I know how to pick it up. And so he saw that. He pulled out in the middle. By the way, he pulled out in the middle of the intersection, put his lights on, stopped all the traffic for me. And are you okay? Yeah. Slick as ice, like right there. I'd never expected it. And it was dry the rest of the way home. It's just this one little patch where a cloud probably came by and sprinkled the road. And I swear to you, I wasn't speeding. And I don't have any lock on that. So
no.
And not the 07, it was an option, but that my bike doesn't have it.
No.
And he said, "Oh, okay." And he just stood there and waited for me to get back on the bike and
make sure you're all right.
Yep, everything's fine. Okay, thanks, officer. And he pulled out of the way, and I went my merry way. So that was kind of cool.
Well, he figured you were sober enough you could lift a 900-pound freaking Harley
immediately and put it right back up again.
He figured you were all right.
Well, I was, at first I did the old let's yank on their handlebars and pick it up while I'm still straddling the thing.
Oh yeah, you ain't doing that.
No, that's not what I mean. Oh, let's do this right, because I didn't really. Did I hit the road? I don't think I did. But anyway, I did it the right way. You turn the handlebars all the way and just walk it backwards up. And
I've been very fortunate. I have never had to lay one down. And I mean,
this wasn't hard. I mean, it was just, I don't want to go any further into this intersection. And I just let it come out on me. It was the strangest thing. I've never had that happen before or since. So there must have been, I don't know if there was fresh oil on the road. And then that little bit of water got on top.
All it takes is just a tiny bit of water on it. Not enough to make it wet, not enough to make it wash the oil off, So, it don't take much.
California, I think it's legal in California to split lanes, by the way.
Technically, it's not legal, but by the same token, they don't really call it out specifically. They say you're not supposed to occupy the same spot in the same lane. That's kind of how they say it.
Okay.
So
Johnny buys a new helmet every 2 years. Well, that's smart too, because this thing's probably, I don't know. I got this, and then I have a 50, something 101, just a real cheap black.
I mean, if you ride somewhat regular, that's not a bad idea to do. So
I like to put it on when I'm on the highway.
Yeah. Yep.
Gear saved my stepfather's life, my dad's life.
Yep.
He was 77 when this happened.
Oh my goodness.
And he was riding 76, 77. He was still riding, and he's 80 now. Gonna be 81 in December.
Okay.
But he was with the VFW, and they were doing a run, and in fact the follower in the van was his best friend, our friend Dennis, who I bought the bike from, by the way.
Okay.
And they're not this bike that my dad was on, but apparently the guy in the lead, who was the VFW poobah or whatever the hell they call it, had a heart attack.
Oh, no.
I mean, literally died on the bike.
Wow.
Died on the bike. And they were doing like 75, 80, on I-4 and above Orlando,
Wow.
and he went down, and they were behind him, and my dad actually went over him. I mean,
oh my goodness.
over him. Like the one guy hit his bike, broke his leg. The
Right.
younger guy, he was only in his 50s, broke his leg, and dad went over him, and the bike went on its side, and the bike ended up being, oh God, like 100 yards down the road, just bouncing.
Oh yeah.
And he went flat on his back and basically pinwheeled
Okay.
down the highway. And you could see that helmet, boy, that was scraped away back here. But he had on his gloves, and he had on his leather, and he had on his boots.
Yep.
So they brought him. We went to an emergency room, and they let him out within an hour.
Nice.
But now that bothered me. You know what I mean?
Well,
There
sure.
could be something internal, something going on. He was 7 years old, 76 years old. But he was fine. But that is a lesson for gear.
Yeah. Yeah. Just on that same note, my father-in-law, he's passed away now, but back in the 60s, he was the group leader of a motorcycle drill team called the Ace of Clubs. Okay. And they were coming back from a run out Palmdale, Lancaster way. And back then the freeway didn't go through out there. Interstate 5 didn't go up and over at that time. So it was the old highway. And they were, as a group, were coming around a turn. He was in the lead, and a drunk driver in a Volkswagen crossed the double yellow line and hit him. And it threw him off. He ended up with his right arm twisted around his back, and it just stretched all the tendons and everything all down his right arm. Hit him. He landed on the right side and on the right side of the helmet, like right about here. And I don't know if we have it. I think my brother-in-law still has it, but they still have his helmet from then. And you can see it. It's a fist-sized freaking dent. And back then they didn't have the full helmets, like they do now. They had the old CHP helmets. Remember the old short ones that went around, then had the leather come down and then the strap? Yeah. That's the type they wore. And it just had this big old huge fist-sized dent right about here on his helmet. So
my other helmet is like that. It's just straight. And
just the ones go around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it saved his life. I mean, in that sense. But he was in the hospital for months, with surgeries and everything, trying to fix what they could of his arm. But there was just no fixing it back then in the 60s like they could today. So he ended up with they fused his right wrist and did as many of the surgeries as they could, trying to get things working. The most they could get him was a grip where he literally had to open his hand and it would close. And holy crap, even to the day before the day before he died, he had a grip that freaking hurt you, in that hand. So, but he worked as a meat packer. He was those guys that worked on the line where they debone the beef. That's what he did.
Oh, he's got forearms
Oh my God, yeah. He
Yeah.
was just a tank.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they once he finally did get back out of the hospital and got recuperated, the meatpacking company put a guard shack out there for him because he couldn't do what he did before because you need both hands. So they put him in the guard shack. He was in that for a couple of years, and he finally got tired of that and says, "I need back inside." So he got back inside when they forced him to retire medically. He was the highest hourly paid man at the meatpacking company. He was the shop foreman, so he basically ran the place. So, but
that's cool. I mean, and you don't need to actually use your forearm so much if you're running the place.
Dude, have you ever been in a meatpacking place? Any type of a one?
No.
Oh my Lord, they have these things called trees. Okay, inside there.
I mean, wouldn't the shop foreman just be in charge, or is he actually doing the physical labor?
No, he's in charge. He doesn't do the physical labor, but my father-in-law was one of those types that,
hands-on.
You did your work, okay?
Yeah.
He had this one young kid, just standing at the door, in this one spot, and he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And he says, "I need someone to help me hang these things," because These trees, once they come back into this spot, have to get hung on a different rack to go through to be sanitized so that they can be reused again, right? And you have to physically unhook the tree from one spot, bring it over and hook it on the other, on the mechanical line that takes it through the sanitizing thing.
Right.
And my father-in-law just kind of looked at him. Mind you, he only has his left arm. These trees weigh 250 pounds each. Okay. He reached over with one hand, unhooked it, spun around, hung it on the rack, turned to the kid, says, "Get to work." That was my father-in-law.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a no bones, no bullshit type of guy. You know, if you worked hard, he was your best friend. You
Well,
screwed up,
you know, from years of doing it, his muscles were developed just
Oh my
right
God, yeah.
for lifting that the way he did. I
Oh,
used
yeah.
to be a corrections officer years ago, and I worked in an old jail that had solid metal doors.
Mhm.
I worked in the old side of the jail. We had 540 inmates just in our block, and
Wow.
you know, you'd have one tier, which is 1/4 of it. You'd had a so anyway. A lot of times these doors would get off the track, and they were, God knows, 300, 400, 500 pounds, whatever the hell they were. They were
Yeah.
solid metal. We didn't have bars, you know.
Right.
They had a window, you know, with bars. And I used to get respect from these women. I see these guys are working out. You know, they could probably kill me. You know what I mean? But they
Yeah.
were working out. They're younger than me and built up, looking like
Oh, yeah.
lollipops because they had skinny legs and
Yep.
big giant upper bodies. Because that's all they do is work their upper bodies. And remember this, you know, get in your cell. And they were supposed to close your cell behind them, but if they came off the track, it was difficult to do. You
Yep.
actually had to lift the weight of the the door up and pull at the same time. And you know, you'd get mad respect from these young guys. They wouldn't message you because they couldn't get their door shut. They're yanking. I walk
Yep.
over like it was nothing. Boom! Yeah, like that.
There you go.
Okay. I just knew how to do it, and I've been doing it for years. So
Yep.
you know, that was
Yep.
that
You
was
get mad respect for stuff like that, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, the more
That
you
is
can
true.
get in a place like that, the better off you are.
Oh my goodness. Josh.
Johnny's got a bad story here. He's saying his brother was unconscious for 5 weeks when he was 19 years old.
Yeah, I seen
Drunk
that.
driver. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it can be bad, guys. It can be bad.
Sorry
Who's
to
left
hear
in the chat, man? It says we got 5 watching. Who's still watching this craziness? I know Chris is still here. I think Johnny's still here. Mike B should still be here. Who else?
Johnny's probably zoned out though.
Yeah, but that's okay. As long as he's not drooling on himself, it's all right. Yeah, Mike B's still here. AC Drone Dude. Okay, he's still here. Number 1 customer.
I'm going to show you my Ape Man video. Let's turn that video down. Oh, this is terrible. Okay.
Let's see. Who? Chris Redworth's still here. He's selling his bike after all that, huh? You know, it's. I told the wife, you know, if I could get a Yamaha Road King, the old ones, not the newer ones. This one's from like the mid '80s. It's the one that had the speedo in the fairing. It was the old style, like a 1960s style speedo, where it's, you know, came across the fairing for your speedometer. If I could find one of those, I might buy one of those just to have it to take out occasionally. Save that. Yeah, I'm kind of that same way, Chris. It's like I'd rather get in the airplane and go fly up a river canyon, you know, 20 feet off the deck at 150 miles an hour. More fun.
That sounds fun.
Oh my God, yeah, it is.
It really does. It sounds awesome.
Mike says he hasn't ridden his bike in 2 years.
Really? We better do some maintenance on it before you start the baby up.
A
I mean,
VTX 1800. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, Daisy Drone. He's been talking about David. He's been talking about getting a Harley because it's a dealership near him, but his wife's not letting him.
Well, Mike B says he's got a VTX 1800.
Find a good bike for me. You're going to fly to Florida to buy a bike? I'm sure there's plenty of good bikes in Arizona.
It'd make for a hell of a ride back, huh?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris says he's got a Yamaha Raider, 1900cc. Holy crap.
That's big.
Shoot, one of the first cars I had a smaller engine in that than that.
Sure. Oh, I've had several cars with smaller engines in it.
Yeah, I had an old Datsun 1200, man. Those the LB 110s. That car was a blast.
You beat me. I had my Ford Festiva had a 1.3, so you got a 1.2.
Yeah, 1200 cc's. My buddy that I bought the car from, he had to do some work on it when he had it before I got it from him. He literally reached in the car after he took the trans out because it was stick shift. So the tranny was off. It was just the engine block sitting in there with the head on it, right?
Yeah.
The car didn't have anything else on it. It had an alternator. That was it. But he'd already taken that off. He reached over the core support, grabbed hold of that engine by the two motor mounts, and pulled that motor out of the car by hand. That's how small that engine was.
How big he was.
Shorter than me, but he's just like, he was a gorilla. But he reached in there, just grabbed it, just freaking yanked that sucker out and stuck it on the ground, I couldn't believe he did that. I look at that and go, like, hell, I'm doing that, That's why I went and bought friggin' engine hoists.
Chris, what kind of bike does Chris have? Engine hoist. Yeah, I mean, why bother doing that,
Yeah.
We've done a lot of dumb things like that, and that's why I have degenerative disc disease and whatever.
Yeah, Chris says that's when it was fun to be a mechanic. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Chris.
Yeah.
My wife feels the same way. That's why I drive a 1990 Dodge Cummins diesel pickup truck. I mean,
you like the wrench on it, huh?
Oh no, actually I haven't had to hardly touch the thing.
Yeah.
But when you open the hood, I can see both sides of the motor all the way to the ground. It just there's nothing fancy on it. It's simple.
I'll tell you, the easiest thing I ever had to work on was my 1982 F-150 with the 300 straight six.
There you go.
So
same idea. Yep.
Great, yeah, same idea. Great motor, by the way. Probably the best one Ford ever, made.
I think as far as the straight sixes go, I think it was the better one of all the three.
And the 300, yeah, it's hard to kill those things. They had bearings like thick as your thumb, but you had lots of room to work on both sides. It was wide open in there. You could actually step down in there.
Yeah,
but and it had something interesting too. The lifters were a little bent. The rods, the push rods, you could actually get at them because there was a panel that came off the side of the block. So it was a pretty simple, straightforward, and I got 20 miles a gallon on the highway with that thing. With a 4x4, I had one of those. Looks like a farmer's truck, the step side with the wood, with the oak bed and all that. I wish I had that truck now. It's worth money. But
hey, Chris, which motor and truck are you talking about? The Dodge or the Ford?
Either one.
I mean, mine's already got 400,000 miles on it, so it's like, and it's still running. I haven't opened it up yet. Most I've done to it is put a set of valve cover gaskets on it. I just hear about 100,000 miles ago. I just arbitrarily decided because I had a thermostat hang on it. So it was like, okay, well, I fixed that. When I got back from the trip I was on, I just went and ordered, the Cummins. Yeah. Oh yeah. That Cummins is going to last a long time.
Yeah.
But I went and ordered a brand new water pump, radiator, hoses, the whole thing. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the ones that were in there. I just put new ones on it because it was 300,000 miles worth. And I haven't had to touch it since. I mean, I've had fuel filters and oil filters and stuff like that, and I finally just had to put a starter on it here a few months back.
That's just maintenance, what you're talking about there.
Yeah, just standard stuff.
Yeah.
But the motor itself, I have not had to touch, internally. So, and I know I will.
Find myself something older that still had points, and that you could still work on and wrench on. I mean, but you see, I went the other direction. All of a sudden, late in my life, I started buying new. Like I bought my wife a new car last month, and I have a Santa Fe. It's got a 10-year warranty on it and 100,000 miles. So I don't wrench on my cars anymore, So I still got the bike, and instead of paying Harley $400 or $500, depending on which visit it is, do that stuff myself. I'll adjust the clutch myself. I'll change the fluids myself. I'll do whatever I can until I run into something I can't do. Then they can have it. Then they can work on it.
Well, it's just like the quads,
Yeah.
Some guys, they'll just go buy what they want, and that's okay. I really got no problem with that. But the moment it breaks, then what? You got to make a decision. Are you going to fix it, or are you going to have somebody else fix it? Right. So for me,
younger, I'll tell you, a lot of young guys, they don't know the one end of a wrench from another.
No,
they don't. It's not the same anymore. We had to. I tell people I did simple thing. I did something simple like change my brakes or whatever.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I didn't know you can do that kind of thing." I said, "A monkey can do it. It's easy
Yeah.
peasy." You know.
I mean, in high school, I had a 16 years old. My first car was a 1968 Mustang, and I learned how to wrench because
What did you
I
say?
had no wrench on that dang thing.
Your first car was a what?
My very first car was a 1968 Ford Mustang.
You're kidding.
Mm-mm.
My very first car was a 1968 Ford Mustang.
Oh wow!
It's on my Facebook page. There's a picture of me and my
Nice.
brother. Me and my brother leaning up against. Somebody had a photo. They actually, you could tell it's with the
A
white
regular
screen.
photograph, yeah.
Yeah, somebody took a photo of us leaning up against it.
Nice. Did you have the fastback or did you have the coupe?
Regular coupe.
You had
That's
the
it,
coupe?
you
Same
know.
here. Yep.
I didn't have the 289 in my 68. I had a 200 straight six with a 3-speed.
I had the 289 with the 3-speed.
My second Mustang, my 67, had the 289 with the automatic.
Okay.
You know, but the automatic was disappointing. I mean, you could
Yep.
stomp on that thing at 75 miles an hour. It would throw you back in the seat, but it would top out at about 100 miles an hour. That's all, because it was just a 3-speed.
Yes, sir.
I actually got that 6-cylinder up to 110.
Oh wow.
Which wasn't smart.
Well,
Route 80 in North New Jersey.
Okay. Well, the fastest I ever had that 68 of mine up to was 105. And the only reason why it stopped was because the valves started to float.
I only did it briefly just to see what it could do. And of course I did it with my friends in the car. Very smart.
Yeah, but I was chasing a 68 Camaro at the time.
Well, we
Down
got
beach.
some parallels here. I had one of my
Yeah.
best friends. Did he have a 68 or a 69 Camaro? I forget. It was a sweet car. You know,
Well, the 69s were a
I
little
told him
bit
it was
longer.
junk because it's a Chevy, you know, but you know.
Oh no. I'll tell
it was
you
a
what,
sweet
those
car.
67, 68 Camaros were everything they said they were.
Of course they were. I just said that because I had a Mustang.
Yeah. Well, I was at 105 and the valve started to float, and I was behind him, so I just was pacing him the whole way as we were accelerating, going down Beach Boulevard, heading towards the beach, right? And we're coming up on the top of this hill about a half mile from the top of the hill, because on the other side of the hill, about 3/4 of a mile down the hill, was a stoplight. And the valve started to float, and I guess he got tired of me trying to keep up with him. All I saw was 2 puffs of smoke come out from his exhaust at his axle, and he left me like I had been sitting at a stoplight.
Mom. Yeah.
At 105 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I backed out of it because I didn't want to damage the valves on the engine. So when I came up over the top of the hill doing about 80, he literally was braking for the light.
That was the advantage of the 302 over the 289. You had a longer stroke. You had a little better, top end.
Just a bit, but boy,
you had torque with the 289, so you could take off like a bat out of hell.
Oh yeah, but you can't beat that 327 though, man.
Yeah.
Well. I just was like, wow.
All right, Doc, you ready for here's the great.
Let her rip.
There you go.
Oh yeah, Chris says that's because we're all the same age.
How old are you?
I'm 59.
Video test.
59?
Yeah.
You're younger than me, yeah.
Action cam. And this is without the external mic.
Okay.
No hard sounds.
I'm looking up here on the YouTube version of it here, a few seconds behind, but
Okay.
it's got a little cleaner.
And
Let's see if I can get it cleaner. Where'd my mouse go? There we go.
tape that they gave you was not strong.
This is without the lanyard.
Looks good though.
I tell you, look at the colors.
So it's gonna look, I guess.
My wife's Bougainvillea. She calls it Bougainville. She calls it Bougainvillea. My wife's Filipina, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So she just makes up her own words as she goes. No, this is nothing. Let's continue on here.
Well, I'll tell you what, the colors look pretty decent.
This is me putting it. See, because this is what I'm going to have to do so that I can trust that it's actually on.
Right.
I'm going to start the camera first and then put the helmet on. That way I'll know it's actually running. It has a remote, but the remote doesn't tell you whether it's on or not.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the way most of them usually are.
There she is ignoring me.
Well, it doesn't do too bad in the low light. Not great, but
not great.
Not bad.
But not bad. This is on the helmet.
Yeah.
With the lanyard.
Well, that ain't too bad at all. Not bad at all, Bill.
The elevation's correct. But this is with the lanyard mic plugged in.
It's got good audio. With the lanyard.
Behind my shield. The lens. Anyway, here we go.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
And popcorn ceiling, Florida.
Well, that's everywhere. Pick a big city with track homes. There you go.
All the new construction had popcorn.
Yep.
And a lot of people pay people
Message
good money to take it.
retracted, Chris. What?
What do you say?
I don't know. He retracted a message.
Uh-oh.
That just means he's thinking up a better one.
We're all the same age?
Yeah.
Why? How old is Chris?
I don't know. Chris, how old are you?
He seemed young to me. I mean, I could be the beard. I don't know. Because he dyes it red, I think. Leif Erikson there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, I've got a nephew that's like that. Dude's like 6'3", built like a Viking, right?
Right.
We used to play paintball together a lot. He said Chris is 61, yeah. So we're all right there.
No kidding. I thought you really you seem so young to me, Chris. Honest to God.
Yeah, Chris looks a lot younger than that. Just in his pictures. Yeah, and Mike B, he's 59. Yeah, we're all the same age. Yeah, that's interesting.
Here, let's see.
We've all had similar experiences at those ages. Doesn't matter what part of the country you're in. It was all very similar back then.
Let me save this picture here. This is funny. Where's drone videos? Oh, I'm in the wrong.
I don't know. For me, being in construction all my life, my fun at work was waiting until I could get around the geologists. Because remember, back in 1980, Mount St. Helens blew up, right?
Remember that.
So in the 90s and in the 2000s, I loved getting around the geologists because they've all been taught, oh, yeah, everything's millions. It takes millions and millions of years to do this and millions of years to do that. And I always turn to them and go, well, then how do you explain the petrified trees at the base of Mount St. Helens from the lava, not the lava flow, but the lahar that came down? And I just stand there with a straight face and wait for an answer. And all I see is them twitch. And that's just fun. Because it doesn't fit.
Well, do you remember when you went to school, they were talking about how we're polluting the planet and we're going to go into another ice age?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, just
I
the opposite.
remember all of that.
Instead of ice age, it's global warming.
Yeah, now it's global warming. Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, it was global warming. And then when that got debunked, when what's-his-face was trying to go to this global warming conference and they got snowed out because it was the worst winter on record in the northern states where they were holding it. Yeah. And then it turned into climate change, quote unquote. That way they couldn't get caught one way or the other. I have too much fun with those guys. Well, how old are you, AZ Drone Dude? Come on, man. Mike B just turned 59. I'll be 59 here next month. Chris is 61. Bill, you said you're what, 60?
Turned 60. Just
turned 60, right? Oh, yeah, AZ Drone. Yeah, Al Gore. Oh, you're 54. Okay. Yeah, so you're a little younger. Not by much. Not by much. So I think Johnny, he's right around our same age as well. So right around that same time. Oh, wow. Look at that Mustang.
That's literally the only the picture of my first car that I have. And
I don't even think I ever had any of mine. Yeah.
Oh, that didn't help.
Okay, well, I got a stupid question. It's kind of hard to tell in the picture. Was it that dark Ford blue?
It's dark medium blue, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So is mine.
Yeah, that's something.
How about
And it was
that?
in great shape. You can see right here this chip on the. That's all it had wrong with it. I mean, it was solid. Got it for $500.
Yeah.
This was 1979.
Okay, yeah, I got mine at 78.
Yeah.
So
I had to wait a little bit, but I grew up. I was living in Hasbrook, so we moved into the country, so I had to have a car. I lived in
Right.
this house for 1 year. Upper Greenwood Lake, Hewitt Township is on the border with New York,
okay,
Warwick, New York, which
okay.
tells you nothing, I'm sure.
Not Warwick, Rhode Island, right?
No, Warwick, New York. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a little country town.
No,
But anyway,
I know about Rhode Island. Half my family lives out there. They're from all the Portuguese out there.
well, this is Northwest New Jersey.
Okay.
Dirt road parked in front of the house, but that's my brother Mike and me.
All right.
Mike was pretty massive. He was 6'3". He was a big boy. Can you tell which one it's me?
Yeah, you're the one on the right.
Wrong.
Really?
No, I'm the one with the jacket on.
Oh, wow.
Look how handsome I was.
You know what's funny? This is really funny.
Ah, look at that. Look at that. Ooh, what a stud. No,
Bill?
you can tell. Now, what?
You ready for this?
What's that?
My brother's my name Mike also. And
Is he
he's-
really?
And he is 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, same thing as my brother. 6'3" and a
He
half.
is a freaking rail, man, though.
Oh no, Mike was a power lifter. He actually was, when he went into the service, he was the combined services super heavyweight powerlifting champ
Oh,
in
wow.
NATO. In NATO,
Yeah.
yeah, there's only 50,000 of us. Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, AZ Drone Dude says he's 54 but looks 70.
Oh, really? That's all that sun in Arizona. That'll do that.
You just got to put a hat on. You just hide the gray hair like I do.
Did you have the bomber jacket when you were in school?
Me? No, I didn't do the bomber jackets. No, that wasn't my thing. So
This was taken by the love of my life in high school, who to this day doesn't talk to me.
no, wow.
She sent this picture to my brother.
Oh goodness.
Nice, huh?
Good
Real
picture,
car.
though, man.
You could buy a new car for $2,500. What? Oh, back then.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then.
you could buy a new Mustang for 20. Yeah, right around there, $2,500.
Yep.
Yep.
Pip, pip.
Nah.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. Yeah, that was real money back then too. So
Well, I paid $500 for that thing, but you know. Here's a funny thing my mother pulled. My dad, my stepdad, but he all these years he did. I bought. He one day just popped out with, "Well, I bought you your first car." I said, "Well, you found it, but I paid for it."
yeah.
So he's like, "No, I paid for it." I said, "No, Mom made me give her the $500." He never knew. All these years, he thought he bought me that car.
Oh wow.
That's pretty fun.
That's
And
funny.
I was teaching somebody how to drive it, and she wrecked it. So I wasn't a very good teacher.
Surprisingly, I
couldn't
taught
report
my
it.
wife how to drive stick shift in that Mustang that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So before we got married, So
Oh, I'm sorry, that was the second Mustang, the 289 with the automatic.
okay.
I could report it because she was only 14. So not a good idea to put a 14-year-old behind the wheel of a 8-cylinder
Monster. Yeah.
Mustang with an automatic. But she didn't wreck it like that. She just, we were only on the dirt road right by the house.
Yeah.
She just go around the corner, go around the car. Figure what could happen, right? So she makes the very first turn and doesn't know you got to unturn.
Okay.
She kept the world turned and it just went right into a tree. And unfortunately, that car had a lot of, I didn't realize, rust underneath.
Okay.
Yeah, the front, all the money on that car is the front end on those things. And all pushed in. No, that one there, I hydroplaned that myself on Route 17 in Ramsey, New York, and hit a tree backwards doing about 50 miles an hour.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. That sucked. Again, not very bright, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I could only afford 2 tires. And so I put them on the front.
Yep.
And that's the week I had to take the studded snows, which were beautiful. They had thick tread on them, took them off the back because you couldn't have studs on anymore.
Yep.
And like anybody was checking. And I took them off and I had them in the trunk, which gave you a little weight, but those tires needed to be, I should have replaced, obviously, the rears. But see, my front end needed an alignment. And I put those new tires on so it went nice and straight. So I'm wrecking it. And they were only recaps.
Okay, dumb question. Did you have the drum brakes in the front too?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all drum.
Yeah. Mine was all drum also, yeah.
Yep. No, that was all
Having
drum.
disc brakes on the front was an option, and not a lot of people took it.
Yeah, no, it was all drum, and I had
That's funny.
because I had a wrench on that myself, and I did have a problem with my exhaust on the first one on the blue one on the 280,
Okay.
the 200. There was a bracket right from the block that held the first that you attached to the pipe coming off the manifold.
Okay. Yeah.
And that bracket either broke off or rusted off.
Probably rusted off.
Probably, and
Yep.
so you would bolt that donut gasket on there and clamp it down. It'd be good, but the weight and the motion eventually would destroy that gasket.
Yep.
And then you'd be, you could hear it. It didn't last very long either. So
The one I had the problem with on mine was the power steering line that fed the rack. It for whatever reason, mine just never fit right in the car, and it would always burn through. So it just finally got to a point I just stopped putting a hose on it, stopped pouring fluid in it, and just drove it without the power steering. So mine always had big old slop in it driving. So that's just how I drove it.
Put a nice big steering wheel on there. You got no problem. Just
Oh man, that freaking steering wheel on it was big enough.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah,
it was.
I wish. Don't you wish you had those cars back now?
I wouldn't mind having another Mustang, but I would want a fastback this time. So
I'm just thinking of the value.
I don't care about the value part. I'd like it just because I enjoyed driving that particular car. It was just a nice car.
But if I wanted to get it back, I'd have to pay. You have to pay a pretty damn good penny. If you wanted
big penny now.
Especially the 68s 5 years, 10 years ago, not so much. Now they're getting up there. And I like the 67 and 68. I actually like that. It was a little better. I mean, the 66, 65, 64 and a half, of course, they're the classics that draw the most money. But you didn't have a collapsible steering column until 67. So those things don't get into a wreck with them because you just crush your chest.
Yep, they'll impale you.
I mean, no airbags, but at least your steering column didn't impale you.
Yeah, it was designed to have a little crush area. Yeah.
Although the 69s are nice too. I mean, a little fatter in the ass, but they got a nice. You get a nice fastback, 69 fastback.
Yeah, they were a little cleaner in the lines, is basically it. And then once they hit 70, it just completely changed and went to a big giant car. And totally.
70, the Mach 1s. You got the 71, 72.
Yeah.
And but they still beat the shit out of the 74.
Well, the 74 was a glorified Pinto.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That's all it was.
Fox bodies are drawing good money now.
Yes,
after
they
that.
are.
Yep.
Yes, they are. But they can keep all that stuff. My ultimate is not even cars. I mean,
planes.
My ultimate thing forever has always been a Model 23 Learjet. And the reason why is because the 23s and the early 24s were the only ones that had the big giant oval porthole windows. And they only had 3 windows. 2 on the side that didn't have the door and 1 on the door side, and the door did not have a window in it. But you can't even get one to make it airworthy now. And the main reason why is just cycle times. The airplanes have just so long out of their cycle times.
Well, what do you own right now, Doc?
Pardon?
Do you own a plane right now?
I'm building one.
You're building one. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you were talking about before. That's cool. So when you get it done, you can fly it to the meetup next.
Oh man, I wish I could get it done that quickly. It's that one's a big airplane. It's a big project. But when it's done though, I would be able to. If you ever watch them, have you ever watched any of the Flying Cowboys videos?
No.
You look them up sometime. Trent Palmer, Mike Patey, Steve Henry, all of those guys, just Flying Cowboys. And watch some of their videos of some of the places they fly into and what they do with them. That's the type of flying that I like to do. So,
and I'll tell you, and I know this is going to sound like a child, but I was a big.
What do you mean? We're only 59-year-old childs, right?
60. I mean, just to want one of these, I always wanted a pilot's license, and I always wanted to get. If I was going to have a plane, I mean, I just drool over P-51D Mustangs, and I know that's just really dumb.
You can get close.
Really.
You know what? You know what airplane you can get that's close?
Oh, the trainer, right? Is that what you're going to say? Like a PT
North American Navion.
Navion?
Yep. If you look at that airplane's lines, it mimics the P-51 Mustang.
That's cool.
But it's a big airplane, and it will seat 4.5 people.
You'd have to have millions and millions to own something like a Mustang. But
the Mustangs, you can't even look at one without talking six figures.
And if money was no object, yes, I'd love to learn how to fly something like that.
Learning how to fly it's not an issue, because to fly a P-51 Mustang, you have to have your single engine land endorsement, high performance complex endorsement. You have to have your tail wheel endorsement. Then you have to have training in that aircraft and be signed off on that type. So it's like a type rating, but you have to at least be signed off that you've had training in that type, because it's a military aircraft. Okay. But once you do that, that's all you got to do. And that's not that undoable. So,
this wasn't the best plane in World War II, but I always thought the P-39 Airacobra was a good looking plane.
Yeah, it was actually.
Just nice looking plane.
It was a very unsung airplane if they'd have followed through with it.
Yeah. Well, they were somewhere in, I think the Flying Tigers flew some. I mean, they were more known to be flying the Kitty Hawks, the
Warhawks, yeah.
Yeah, Warhawk, Kitty Hawk.
Yep.
But they did have some of those. And I know
later on, yeah.
But
it picked up. If I was going to fly a Warbird,
Corsair.
Tough one. Nope. No, I think I would. My father worked on these when he was in the Marine Corps. I think I'd do an 80 Skyraider, and I'd want the A1E version, not the standard one, because the A1E was actually a troop carrier. They had the top of the body cut out and redesigned with a huge long canopy, and you could fit about 6 guys behind the pilot, sitting 3 facing each other. It was a neat airplane. And it's huge, huge.
Now, all right, now let's reassess. Now, if money was no object, how about a nice seaplane from a nice World War II? Have yourself
Which one? I mean, there was quite a few good ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That'd be cool to have. I mean, just set yourself up in one of those, get yourself a nice little island.
There you go.
If money was no object.
Money was no object. Yep. But I'd still want a Lear, just because it's easy to travel in.
Well, yeah. I mean, you obviously. What's the top speed on one of those?
Let's put it this way: full fuel, full load. People could take off from LAX, climb out to service ceiling, which was 45,000 feet, fly all the way to, oh goodness, easily fly to Dallas, Texas, but you could get farther and do it in like 3 hours or less.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's what that airplane was capable of. It's amazing.
Well, now, for a prop plane, a Mustang was pretty amazing.
The prop planes Mustangs were tough to beat for speed.
Yeah, over 400 miles an hour, and it only had a 12-cylinder engine. It sipped gas. I mean, they would take off from England and make it all the way to Germany. So
well, they just trimmed them back, until they were just barely running.
Well, they use wing tanks too, I think, to get there. But wing pods. But I always thought they were beautiful. Just so cool.
They're clean. The one thing that's interesting about the P-51 is they weren't designed to last forever. They were designed with a short life expectancy. So they built them as minimalistic as they could, but as strong as they could for as minimal as they were building them, because the whole goal was to build them fast.
Yeah.
So
they still armored them properly, unlike Japanese. Unlike the Japanese with the Zero, and putting those guys up there in paper kites.
Yeah, no argument there. But yeah, the Mustang was designed to be built very quickly, be strong enough to do the job it was being tasked to do, but it still had a very short life expectancy.
How about the Thunderbolt though? I mean, the P-47. You see pictures of those things flying back, missing huge chunks of their fuselage, huge chunks of their wings, and they just hold together. It was just amazing.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the A-10s are the same way in that regard.
Oh, the Warthog?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
they were built with that same philosophy.
Plane. People don't talk about those things, but that's a scary, scary airplane.
Have you ever stood next to one?
No, unfortunately not. No, I mean I've been
I'm
been to an air show.
Right?
Yeah.
I can walk under the wing when it's sitting on its landing gear. That's how big the airplane is. It's huge.
But its ability to put out ordnance, and
yes,
just a scary airplane.
Yes, 30 millimeter Gatling cannon. I mean, it's just amazing. I was flying target drones for a military contractor back in California, and we were out at Fort Irwin, and the A-10s were out making their practice runs and doing things, and they'd go over the top of us, go out, make a turn, and then they would dive. We'd see a trail of smoke. They'd pull up, brake left, pop chaff, and then we'd hear the sound. And it's just that ungodly gnarl of a sound that you cannot describe unless you've heard it.
It's just raining half-inch ordnance.
Oh my God, no, 1-inch ordnance, 30 millimeter.
Oh, was it 30 millimeter? I don't even know.
30 millimeter.
I haven't looked at the specs in years. I do remember when I read them, I was like, oh my God.
I used to have a dummy round. I don't know what I did with it. But yeah, the dummy round I had was, easily 8 inches long.
Yeah, but how many of those can I put up per second? How many are per minute?
God. I think the fire rate is like 5 or 10,000 rounds. It's a really high rate.
That's what I'm saying. I read the specs and I was like, that is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
You see them coming, just put up the white flag.
Yeah, no joke.
You're not hiding. It's going through concrete. It's going through whatever.
Especially when they've got the depleted uranium armor piercing rounds. I mean, it's just you can't stop that round. It goes right through everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the holes out there at Fort Irwin in the practice tanks. I mean, it goes in, even though it's about a 1-inch diameter, bullet coming at it. The hole it makes going in is this big. The hole coming out the other side is like this, and it's taking a chunk of steel that's 4 to 6 inches thick and just blowing it out the other side.
Dave's got a question for you, Doc.
What's up? Let's see here, Doc. Have you watched AeroWorks Productions? He bought an airplane kit and assembling it. No, I haven't seen that one. Huh?
Zenith Super Duty build.
Oh, okay. One of the Zeniths. Is it the 701? That's the high wing tri-gear one. They're actually a pretty tough little backcountry plane. They have big giant tires and all that. And if you get just the right wind, the darn thing will take off going backwards. Yeah, it will. It's that good as far as that goes, but you sacrifice cruise speed.
Right.
So that's the only drawback to it.
I know what I want. I want an F3F Buffalo.
F3F Buffalo.
Yeah, baby. That's what the Navy was using at the beginning of the war.
Oh my goodness.
yeah. Until the F4F came out, which did better, but it was still way slower than the Zero, and that's how they invented wingman. Flying wing. You were basically in a giant bullet. Well, compared to the Japanese, it was fairly bulletproof.
Yeah.
You could and have your ordnance on it, but
Viking 195 turbo engine. Yeah. Okay.
Until later on the Bearcat came out, which really changed things for that's supposed to be a pretty nice plane.
Well, the Bearcat was the predecessor to the Hellcat. The Hellcat was the fast one.
The F8F.
Yeah, the F8F. So
I didn't see that much action though. I mean, it was already the Army Air Corps was already over with the Mustangs and Lightnings and mopping up what was left of the Japanese pilots and racking up ridiculous kill ratios.
Interestingly, the next version of that airplane was a jet.
Of the
Of the F8F. Yeah, it turned into the F9F, and that was a turbojet engine one. So completely different airplane, just totally different. But that was late 40s, like 49, 50, right around there, right before the Korean War. So, but
Well,
yeah,
how was that in relation to the F-86?
a lot slower. So, but it was more of a carrier-based aircraft.
No.
So it was naval aircraft. So where the F-86 was Air Force. So it was never intended to land on an aircraft carrier. So
Okay.
the F9F Cougar, I think, yeah, it's the F9F Cougar, and all those other ones of that era were all carrier type planes. So it was a pretty neat airplane. It's just, it was an old turbojet engined, axial flow. It didn't have a lot of, there was no high bypass engines back then.
It's funny that people think of World War II jet, they think of the ME-262, but really, the country that invented jet aircraft wasn't Germany.
No,
it was England. It was England.
It was England. Yeah,
with the
Whittle.
Meteor.
Yep.
Yeah, and they stole that design basically, and no, they really greatly improved on it.
Actually, I don't even think they stole it. I think they had portions of it.
Permission to just purchase the motor. I think they did buy the motors, not just the engines.
Yeah, before it all got real ugly. So.
Neville Chamberlain was a very bright guy.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of bright guys back then too, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what they were able to achieve in a matter of a 4-year period, aviation-wise. From the beginning to the end.
He became so enamored with American dive bombers because, I think he saw the Dauntless. It might have been the Dauntless.
SPD Dauntless.
He became so enamored with precision bombing that he never really developed a good fleet of, actual bombers. Everything was either a glide bomber or a dive bomber. And because of that, they didn't have the range to really take England.
That's right. Yep.
But,
no, there was a lot of good, smart people back then. So
the Dauntless was a very important plane for America. And you don't hear about that either. I mean, it won Midway.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the backbone at the time of Midway.
Well, the destruction of those 4 frontline carriers at Midway, they just turned the tide of the war.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't keep a Ford going one-on-one. Losing one game. We were basically. They'd lose. What did they lose in Coral Sea? And we lost to Lexington. And Yorktown got damaged, and they lost.
They lost one of their frontline ones there, though.
Right, one
and that big one.
I think a light carrier too, but you couldn't do that. We couldn't keep up with. They had too many carriers. Right. But by the end of the war, we had so many carriers. You could. It was just crazy.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Boy, we really got off of the drone topic here, didn't we?
Well, actually, it's somewhat related because the way the drones have evolved, all started back with all of that.
Sure.
I mean, that's how you gotta think about it.
And if they just had drones in World War II, we could have just ended it so much quicker.
Actually, they did have a drone back in World War II.
Now, you're not thinking of the V1, the Doodlebug, right?
Nope.
No. All right.
No. It was they had wired a B-24 Liberator, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
And they were flying it from another airplane. No, they were supposed to fly it from another airplane to its final target, but while they were en route, they had a pilot inside there, inside the aircraft initially, but before they could get to the final target, the aircraft exploded, and just because of the munitions that were on board were volatile to start with, and it detonated before they got there. So, and they lost the pilot and everything. I forget. I want to say it was a Kennedy that was flying it too, and I just off the top of my head I can't remember who it was. But yeah, they did. They were experimenting with radio control back in the 40s. Okay.
I think I vaguely remember reading about something about that. I don't remember. And if there was a Kennedy in there, the Kennedys were already somebody.
Yeah.
So that was PR that went wrong. apparently.
Oh yeah.
You know, but yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff all
I had
back
a
then.
bowler, by the way, who was over 90 years old, and he was a navigator in World War II on B-29s.
Oh wow.
Yep, and flew over Japan in B-29s, and then he stayed in the service and flew in Korea as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had some interesting stories. Nice old guy.
Yep.
But I found that pretty interesting. To actually talk to somebody who was flying
There. Yeah.
flying over Tokyo,
It is amazing.
basically carpet bombing the crap out of them. But yeah, pretty amazing.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna get off here. Doc, is your email listed in your YouTube? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, is it?
It's not. It's not hard. It's. I'll give it to you. It's docmurdoch883 at gmail.com. So it's that simple.
What is that 883?
That is the plans serial number of my airplane that I'm building.
Because the only reason I asked you that is because you've got Justin, whose drone's 883.
Yeah. No,
So-
it's the actual the blueprints that I bought for the airplane. That is the actual serial number for the airplane. It's 883.
I just thought that was something some social media. It's something that I don't know anything about.
No. My dad has a set of blueprints as well for the same airplane. His plans numbers are 888. So his are just five plan sets after mine.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, that's what the 883 is. So
He's going to send you a couple of some Cubans. He said.
oh baby, I've been wanting one so bad. Just as long as they're not on two legs, they got to be in the wrapper.
Right kind of Cubans. Yeah. It shows that somebody's going to knock on the door.
Yeah, I want the
No,
smokable
no.
Cubans. Yeah, I want the smokable Cubans.
Doc, was it you that was smoking? Yeah, you were in your car smoking.
Yeah,
your-
I was out my truck smoking my cigars. Yeah, yes,
I'm
I
gonna
do
do
like my
smoke.
cigars.
I have to go smoke this thing and remind me why I stopped smoking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have one more cigar for the night and call it a night here. Mama's probably out there waiting for me. So
Good night, Dave. Good night, Chris. Good night, Doc. Doc, what's your real name?
Chris
Chris.
Yep.
Okay, I know.
Chris Haley. So
Chris, I'll try to remember that. Chris Haley.
yeah,
I'm just afraid people won't remember me, so I leave it up there.
yeah. No, for me, everybody knows me as Doc, and it's a moniker that has stuck with me since the '90s. So I got the name because of flying RC helicopter, in between buildings and playing paintball. Because my buddy, he was Greek. I mean, bona fide Greek. Greek. And I pulled the helicopter out, and he
I don't
goes,
know what
"That's
that
just
means. Wait. Why did you focus on Greek so much?
because a lot of people over where we were at, they say they're Greek, but they're born in the U.S., but they're Greek heritage. He was actually from Greek,
Right.
from Greece. Okay, and he was a car salesman.
Okay.
And I pulled this big helicopter out, 69-inch rotor, nitro powered RC helicopter, right?
Sweet. Yep.
And he says, "It's just a toy." And I go, "No, this is not a toy. This is a miniature real helicopter."
Right.
And he goes, hold that thought. And I pulled my stuff out, fired it up, flew it in between a block wall with parked cars and a shop, and set it down. He turned and looked at me and says, "Murdoch, crazy Murdoch." And that's where the Murdoch part came from back in the 80s.
Gotcha.
Well, the Doc part came from paintball not too many years later. I literally could take a paintball gun and take 5 minutes, look at it, and I could tell you how to fix it, if it was broke. And then not only tell you how to fix it, but I could strip it into parts in a matter of seconds, pull a part out of my box, put it back together, hand it to the other person, and say, "Here, it works." And they'd go off and shoot it and go, "Damn, how the hell did you do that?" And that's how the Doc part came. So the Doc Murdoch stuck.
Yeah,
So,
you got a lot of parallels here. By the way, Greek. My brother, that guy in the picture.
Yeah.
His wife's from Greece.
oh wow.
Yeah, when he was stationed in Germany, that's where he met her, and she's Greek. Actual Greek.
Greek, yes.
Speaks several languages. Very very smart young girl.
Monte Cristo guy, real one, AZ drone. Oh goodness. Good night, Chris.
And as far as RCs are concerned, that was a hobby of mine too when I was in high school.
Yeah,
I told you that, right? I sold my RC to buy my first car.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they kind of lost something with everything being battery, and it was just so much cooler to work with fuel and glow
Totally
plugs.
different, yeah.
And getting them to run right and tweaking them, and
Yep.
just really dug it, But I like the drones too; they're awesome.
The drones are fun.
Yes, they are. Maybe I'll get a
They
gas
are
powered
fun.
drone. Fuel.
It's kind of
powered
messy,
drone. Well, it is, and there's no advantage to it, right
Nope.
now anymore.
Not in that. But
Except maybe you could fly for an hour straight,
yeah, without a doubt there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got the the Portuguese and the Irish from my dad's side, the Portuguese from my mom's side. Everybody on my mom's side is either a Silver or a Hannah. So they're all over there in Providence, Rhode Island, Warwick, Riverside. They're all right in that area, a little bit up in Connecticut, a little bit, in New York, and a little bit in Massachusetts, but mainly they're right there in the Providence, Rhode Island area. So that's where all my cousins and aunts and everybody that's still alive out there, that's where they live. So, but
A lot of 50-50 mixes in that area, New York area, whatever. Irish.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Italian. Because the Irish and Italians, the generation before, they hated each other. They hated each other. The Irish, they're all crooks. They're all thieves. And then they're all mob, and they're all drunks and they're all fat, whatever. They just didn't trust each other. So of course it drives the kids right together. And then you end up with this.
Yeah. Gonna end up with white-haired, dark-skinned guys.
Well, see, unfortunately, the Italian side, my mother's side, they're from Florence area, so they're still fairly light-skinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
Some Portuguese, they're light-skinned.
Kinda.
I mean, they're not dark. I mean, every Portuguese that I knew from Portugal. In fact, I worked for a really great guy. When I worked on a cruise ship, he was the maitre d' of the ship.
Okay.
He was from Portugal, and you wouldn't know he was Latin. He just really good guy, God Almighty. But not to sound gay, but but he would, but he would tan up a little bit, a little olive.
Yeah.
But, he was pretty fair complected. But I just burn.
Yeah, not me. I have solid olive skin. I mean, there's no way around it.
Let's hear. Oh, look, there we go. Now I'm getting a tan. See, look, I just turn this down a little bit. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. Now I got color.
I turn any lights off in here and I'll disappear into the dark.
That's what makes my wife and I together so funny. Like, she's Filipina and she's a very dark-skinned Filipina, and she's diminutive. She's like 5 feet tall and 87 pounds or something like that. And then there's me.
That's the way my mom was. My mom was barely 5 feet tall. So dark hair, olive skin, just crazy.
Another place I'd love to go to, Portugal, baby.
Yes.
Portugal, Spain, that whole region would love to.
Same here.
The northern Italians are all related to that. The Latins from that emigrated into northern Italy. Yep. And if you believe what they say, and I do, I mean, actually, even the southern French, right into, because when you do the genetics, I show up 51% Irish, and even though I know I'm half and half, I know I am. I mean, it just goes back, and I mean, who knows who snuck in there? But I'm not. I mean, supposedly I'm like 13% French, but really that's just shared genetics from South
Europe
France and North Italy.
That's it.
So whatever.
Yep. No, there's 3 places I want to visit on this planet still. If I ever get a chance to, is go back over there to Portugal and South Spain area, and Ireland. From all reports, our name has a castle there somewhere.
Okay.
So wouldn't mind going and seeing that. And I want to get down to Australia. I would like to go down there. I want to take one of these FPV drones and I want to go fly Uluru. Ayers Rock. That big chunk of granite out in the middle of the freaking desert.
Right.
I want to go fly it.
That'd be cool. What,
Yeah.
What part of Ireland?
I have no idea. I'd have to go dig it up and try and find it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just I've been told that from my grandfather all the way down. So-
I actually know that our family comes from Waterford County, which
Okay.
you know, down the bottom. Water.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'd have to do a whole lot of digging to find it. So.
I actually have my grandmother's address book and with names and addresses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never reached out, and I probably should. You know, I mean, I know a lot of them. They don't move. I mean, they're probably at the same addresses and like that for.
Yeah, they something the Irish don't do a lot of. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Well, that's why there's not that many Ronanes here. You know, I mean, there's plenty of them over there. And according to Tomas, I say my name wrong. So.
Really?
He goes, it's Rouen. So there's an N in the middle of it. So it's a Rouen. So.
Huh, that's interesting. See, our name, the Haley name, the way it's spelled here in the U.S. with a Y is not how it's spelled over in Ireland. It's only spelled Hale over there, and it's pronounced Haley. So,
well, I do know that roan means sea mammal. So what the hell that means, I don't know what we were doing.
Who knows?
I know we come from blacksmiths, so that side, actually both sides, even the Italian side, blacksmiths and carpenters.
Wow.
But that name is actually very old. The earliest recorded thing I could find was it a Michael Ronayne or no? Is it John Ronayne? John Ronayne, I think, 1100 something, 1130.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, not everybody had last names back then. So
No.
he must have had some sway.
Oftentimes back then, as I understand it, the last name was more depictive of what you did as opposed to a surname.
Well,
So-
apparently we had relations with sea mammals somehow. Apparently some Ronanes actually were property holders, which was
Okay.
also a big deal back then because
Yeah.
not everybody was entitled. But they all lost out shortly after that. What the hell war was it? I don't know. We were on the outs after that, you know. And the only other
Yeah.
famous name I could find after that, there was a Judge Ronayne around the turn of the last century who
Okay.
sat on the English court. He was the only Irishman on the, you know, because they let you have one.
All right.
And then there was another Ronayne who he presided over the case of the Terrible Seven. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but they were terrorists. Yeah, and there was a Ronayne that was hung. That was
Wow.
so. Was I related to the judge, or was I related to?
Yeah, you never know, huh?
Yeah, but there was separate families. You know, there's several different lineages of that.
Yep.
But anyway, that's that in a hat. And
Well, that's a good spot to end it.
well, someday when you're ready to go, you let me know.
Yep.
You know, and we'll pull up the Learjet. We'll cross the Atlantic.
No, we'd have to get the G5 for that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, the G5 has more
G5.
range. Yep.
Oh, yeah. No.
G5 has more range.
And we only need how much for a G5? You know,
About 3.5.
well, that's reasonable.
Yeah. As jets go, yeah.
Well, I mean, you're ready to fly one of those? You could fly a
No,
G5?
no, I'd have to have a pilot fly it.
We'll get prepared. And
But I could co-pilot it though.
I was going to say, we'll just lease it. You know,
Yeah.
that's
We'll just get a pilot to fly it, you know, and then I'll just sit in the right seat.
and I'll sit in the right seat, which is in the back with the champagne. And
That's right. That's it. Keep everybody
Doc.
entertained.
Really good talking to you, Doc.
All righty, Bill. We'll have a good night there. Guy, if anybody's left in the chat, got a couple people left in the chat. Have a good night, guys.
I think AZ said good night. Great stream, Bill. Thank you. It's nothing without you guys, you know.
It was nice just to sit and relax and chat. Have a good time.
Chris said good night a while ago. Sorry I missed that. Good night. If you're still here, Chris, good night.
Yep. Good night, Chris.
All right.
All right, guys. Catch y'all later. Have a good one.
Peace.